From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
Amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We do the news on the Roz and Mocha Show every single day.
Multiple times a day.
6:40, 7:40, and 8:40.
Yeah.
And Eric, who listens to the show, sent a text a while ago and pointed something out that a lot of people have pointed out in the past that happens during the news.
Okay.
Which is a famous quote of yours, Roz, is, where are we here? Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I say that every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
So we wanted to know exactly how many times you actually did that, right?
Yeah.
So Damnit Maurie went through the archives and put this together.
Where are we here? Where are we here? I'm all catchphrases all the time, man.
And believe it or not, that was just from one news.
Shut up. Wow. Yeah, there's something about that, huh?
Yeah, man.
Where are we here?
So thank you, Eric, for that submission.
Yeah, that you could really if you decided to really go for it, that you could play that for an hour.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like easily.
That, like, in the history of the Roz and Mocha Show, every single time we do the news,
Yeah.
some version of this happens.
Where are we here?
Like, like we could probably put together one full podcast episode of just that.
You know what that is? That is me singing my confusion. Where are we here?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Okay.
We're not big weed smokers on this show, right? Like, is anybody a secret weed smoker? Because you just don't want to admit it? You do. How many often are you doing edibles?
I found that they are very relaxing. Like the gummies, like the candy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do those.
Does Matthew know that you...
He does them too.
He does, eh? Wow.
Can I say that? That's legal. Yeah.
Bro, listen, man, that's your...
Calling the cops right now.
That's your husband's business. That's not my business.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Are you guys taking them every night?
No, not every night. No, like if you had a stressful day or on a Friday or whatever and you need to just chill.
Yeah, Catherine's into that stuff. She's like...
Oh, now I feel so much better.
Edibles and... I don't know, like the other things too.
What about you?
Me?
You don't,
I don't mess with that stuff, man.
At all.
I can't.
Why?
Have you ever thought how relaxed you'd be?
What's that?
Have you ever thought how great you'd be? Like relaxed
I am already
you'd be?
great. No, I'm already chill, man. I don't need more chill.
You should take one right before we start the show.
Please.
No, I would be so worried because I smoked weed a couple times. I've taken pot a couple times and I just vomit like crazy. Like
Edibles are different.
Yeah.
I know it's different. Everybody says that, but you have to understand, right? Like you now sound like a weed head, right? Like anytime in my life I ever said to somebody, no, man, I can't smoke weed. It makes me sick. They're always like, oh, you're just smoking the wrong stuff. Or you got to eat it. or oh, you got to put it in your bum, or all this other stuff.
When
right?
has anyone
Nobody
ever
ever said
said-
that. I just made that up. Nobody ever said you got to put it in your bum. Okay. And
say,
no, Maury, I'm not
hanging out with the wrong
and
people,
I'm not
man.
doing that with gummies. Okay. I'm not butt chugging your weed gummies. Okay.
Only on stressful days.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that one morning, Mocha, before the show. I'll butt chug a couple weed gummies, and I'll just like load it up like a Pez dispenser, and see how I fare.
Why are you bringing up weed all
Because
of a sudden?
the headline of the story is, does Snoop smoke 150 blunts a day? Which to me, that seems excessive, even for like the most weed head of all weed heads. So, because we know that
that's impossible.
We know that Snoop has a professional blunt roller, right? And apparently she rolls between 75 and 150 joints a day. Now, this cannot be all for Snoop. Like, this has to be for his crew, right?
Yeah, this has got to be for the people he hangs out with, maybe the people that he feels generous with sharing, like other people that he meets throughout the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Generous.
I can't... Right? There's no way he smokes that much by himself. That's impossible.
You want to hear how she got the job? Because she had to audition for the job.
What? Okay.
Yeah, here she is right now talking about how she got it.
And they had me roll up, and then they were like, "Oh, you're great, blah blah blah. How would you upgrade the blunt?" And there was glass tips on the table because typically people use glass tips for joints only. So the suggestion was, why don't we use glass tips on the blunts? And then they told me to come back the next night, and I had a roll off with a sound engineer that works with Snoop that I guess Snoop kind of like recommended, and then a Venezuelan cigar roller who rolls like big boy stogies at parties, and I smoked them, to say the least, in that competition.
Wow. Glass tips.
What?
Huh? There's a whole world
Does
out
he
there
do the
that I
butt
don't
ones?
understand. Exactly, Maury. I don't know why Snoop just doesn't do the butt ones.
Come on now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got a lot of really wonderful people who wrote me for my birthday over the weekend. I need to talk about that for a second.
Oh, me.
Oh no, actually, hold on. First of all, okay, I was accepting all birthday wishes, right? All of them. What I will not accept, I accept happy birthday, right?
Yeah.
I accept happy birthday. I accept best wishes, all of that stuff. I will not accept HBD.
Why not?
No.
Why?
No. You can
Hashtag
write,
HBD.
No, you can write happy birthday. It's not that difficult.
With the celebration emoji.
Why bother? Don't bother. If you're going to write HBD, don't bother. Delete the comment. I don't want that.
But it's already, I use it so much, it autofills on my phone.
No. I don't want
Wait, did I say HBD to you?
I don't know.
Is that why you're bringing it up?
Maybe I
Hold
did.
on, let me see.
Maybe you did. I don't want any HBD. I don't want anybody to say happy date of your birth, right? I don't want that.
Who says that?
A lot of people do, right?
Happy date of your birth? That's
yes,
so dumb.
Thank you.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
So at what
No,
point do you want me to
just
say
to
I
go
did
back-
that?
Yeah.
Just to go back to Saturday, I said happy birthday, boo.
Yes, that's fine. I accept. I accept all the happy birthday boos, all of them. So I got some great stuff. We can talk about that later, but I have to talk about what Damnit Maurie sent me real quick.
God.
Because
Is it weird and creepy?
No. Okay. Listen. So I am fine with receiving gifts. I don't know if you know that about me. I'm fine. I'm fine with receiving
gifts.
Yeah, I'm fine with receiving gifts. But if you're gonna give me something where it looks like you feel obligated to give me something, just don't, because I feel terrible even accepting this. So I saw Maury all day yesterday, and then yesterday night, I get a delivery to the house, right, and it's in a big giant bag, and Maury sends me this, which is a bag of dill pickle chips, one can of bubbly lime, and a small bottle of Perrier.
Bro, you're not even trying.
Okay.
No, but hold on. Are those not three of your favorite things?
Okay, yes, but Maury,
There you go. You're welcome.
What did you spend on delivery for that? Because total, that is probably those chips are like $3.50, $1.450, maybe $1.25.
No, the chips were $2.
Okay, so the chips are $2.
Even cheaper.
Okay.
Wow.
So the chips are $2. The drink is about $1.
Yeah.
And the Perrier is about $1.50.
And
so
no delivery because I pay for the membership.
What did you pay in total?
In total, it
for
was
that?
like $7 something.
Show me your phone. I don't believe you at all. I think it had to be more than that. Anyway, and it came in this big giant bag, and Catherine went to the door, and she's like, "Oh my God, you got something!" And you know, and I'm just like, and it's
like when she said that though, was she like excited?
Because
like, oh my God, you got something. Let's open it together.
Oh, you have no idea because
$16.
What's that?
$16.
$16.
View receipt.
Maury, there's so many more ways you could have done this.
Oh, because I had to pay a $2 service fee.
$16 to send me a bag of dill pickle chips, 1 can of bubbly, and a Perrier. So I'm just saying, don't feel obligated to do stuff like this. But I don't feel obligated to do. I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it.
In your face.
No, I didn't appreciate it because it made me feel bad.
That's a horrible thing to say.
It made me feel bad.
No, but I thought of you and I sent your three.
I know.
No, but I know your 3 favorite things.
I saw you that day, dingbat.
Yeah,
right?
no, but there's something special about a doorbell ring and somebody in your house.
It's not. Don't argue with me, please.
Why didn't you do that on Friday?
Why didn't you? Also, why Friday? 3 days after my birthday.
Yeah, but your birthday wasn't on Friday.
But my birthday was.
So why didn't you have?
Wait a second. So your choice, instead of giving me a gift the day before my birthday, your choice was to give it to me 3 days after my birthday.
Because I knew you were away and I wanted to make sure you were home.
I saw you on Monday.
I know, but I wanted it sent to your house.
Anyway, don't do that, please. I feel so bad. Right?
At what point do you say thank you so much? That was really thoughtful that you even know my 3 favorite things.
I would.
Hold on.
Does the thank you come out?
Thank you, Mocha.
Hold on.
Not that. No, don't thank Mocha.
No. We're gonna find out exactly how bad you feel.
Yeah.
Did you eat the chips? Did you drink the bubbly and the Perrier?
Yeah, I did. Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
My feet are still sore.
From kicking ass all day?
No. Yeah. I mean, never mind. That's a way better story than what I was just going to tell you.
Oh, here we go.
So, Catherine, for my birthday was on the weekend, right? And Catherine booked us in for one of these bloody foot massages again.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
No, not amazing. Not amazing.
Why?
Right? So we go into this place, and I've been to these things before, and I don't like them, and they hurt, and I just, oh, my God. So
But doesn't she know that about you?
She does.
Oh.
She thinks it's fun.
Yeah. To torture you.
Yes, right?
Man, how are you going to do that to your own fiance?
So
Your wedding is off.
Bro, we go in. I may not even be able to walk down the aisle if this doesn't heal up.
Do you need me to call a tow truck?
No, thank you. So we go into this place, and the lobby is a real beautiful place, and like the lobby's like full. Like Catherine's like, these are all influencers in here, all these like young women, right, just out for a day.
Yeah.
Nobody's complaining. They all look like they just had the time of their lives, right?
Of course.
Like, wearing like high shoes and everything else out of there.
# me time.
And I'm like, I can handle this. And I know in the past it's really bothered me that I had a difficult time getting through like one of these intense foot massages. But I'm like, listen, if all these like, come on, they can handle it, I can handle it. I go in this room, and then Catherine's sitting beside me, and a man walks in and a woman walks in, and the woman is probably about 4'10". Tiny little thing, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing they do is they put your feet, they soak your feet, and then you sit on like a puff, right?
Yep.
And then they massage your back a little bit while your feet are soaking.
Oh,
but this
good.
woman climbs up on the puff behind me, right? Doesn't use her hands, only elbows.
Oh, amazing.
Only elbows. I'm
amazing.
wincing. Okay, I'm wincing so hard. No joke, right? She's popping and cracking, and I'm wincing so hard that I open my eyes and tears come down my face.
No, really?
And I grabbed my phone right before, even before the foot part started, and I wrote Catherine, I'm like, I just cried a bit.
No.
Right, yeah, no joke. I cried during a massage. I cried.
Couldn't you tell her, say, ease up on the pressure?
Here's the thing, okay, is that when I'm in situations like this, it becomes like a sort of test of strength, like a me versus them, where I think that it is the whole purpose of it is to not say you're going too hard. I feel that the purpose of these things is to take it as hard as they can give it, because otherwise, what are you doing there, right?
Hey.
Shut up.
Shut up.
So then
Wait, but did she ask at all? Did
no
she say
words
to you,
were
like,
spoken.
She never said, like, how's the pressure?
No. This is what she does with everyone. This is what she just did with a gaggle of 26-year-old influencers that were in there before me. Okay. And they all had no problem with it. And then so she gets to the feet, and I'm in so much pain, man, right? Like I'm sitting there and I'm wincing, and I'm grabbing my arms so tight, like I'm clenched up in the chair, grabbing my arms so tight that I'm leaving fingernail marks in my own bicep because I'm in so much pain. Right?
Like, she could obviously tell that you were tense, though. In that moment, too.
Because when she's working the left foot, my only thing that wasn't tense on my body was my left leg. I left my left leg limp, and then I tensed up every other part of my body, like my neck, my head, my other foot was going crazy, all this other stuff, right? And I can't handle it. Like, I don't like this. And I keep looking at Catherine, and she's just over there loving life. And then I close my eyes at one point because I'm like, please just make it stop, right? Like, please just be over already. And then I close my eyes, I put my head back, and the next thing I know, she's like on top of my shins with her elbow in my thigh.
Oh, amazing.
No, not amazing.
Yeah, it sounds so relaxing.
And we get in the car, and Catherine's like, that was amazing. And I'm like, I hated 100% of the seconds I was in there, man. I'm in so much pain. I'm limping to the car, right? I'm limping to the car. And I've said this before, right? It's a very weird thing because you can't ask for it because I will be looked at as a perv. But somebody, for the love of God, please open a place where I can go and get a massage where it is tickles, right? You tickle my back. You give me just like a light little rubbing, right? Like just rub me lightly, right? You don't need to fight me, right? Like I've done nothing wrong to you. You don't need to fight me. We're not doing battle. Just for the love of God, open a place where I can just go and relax, where you just tickle me, and then every now and then you just rub me lightly, right? And that for me is perfect.
Catherine just do that for you cheaply? Like, we wouldn't have to spend the money.
Well, hopefully she would do it for free. Hopefully I'm not having to pay Catherine to rub me down. But I'm saying, because I like the process of going out with her, right? Yeah. I like going, you go to a spa.
I don't think she likes the process of going out with you.
No, I really don't think she does. I think that she tried to kill me that day. I really do. I almost went on workers' comp.
It sounded like you needed a safe word.
Right. Yes, thank you. Yes. Honestly. Yes, yeah. I need.
Did you film anything for TikTok?
No, hell no. What,
all
me
those
crying?
influencers around and you didn't do a thing?
No, I didn't film one thing because I was crying the whole time.
Oh, boy.
And I'm certainly not going to film myself.
That would have gone viral.
I know, but I'm certainly not going to film myself limping to the car afterwards because I couldn't handle it.
You know what you need?
Just tickle me.
You know what you need, though? You need a massage.
I do. Shut up.
You're so tense, bro.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so I'm going to go around the room real quick. Deepa, I'll start with you. Deepa, do you consider yourself to be like fashionably trendy?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Shem?
No.
So Shem, no. Mocha, do you consider yourself to be like fashionably trendy?
Yes, I do.
Interesting. Damnit Maurie.
Obvi.
Shem again, you said what? No,
I don't think so. No.
I'm not either because I've never really cared about that. But so here's the question. Shut up, man. Jesus.
Yeah, he wears the same outfit every day. So
listen,
clearly.
man, it's not the same outfit. It's just the same type of outfit every day.
Mm-hmm.
Tight black pants, white T-shirt.
That's it.
V-neck.
Maybe a scarf.
Or black T-shirt. That's you go
Tom
through my
Ford
closet.
dresses the same way.
I find something I like. I buy the same pair of jeans and I buy them 5 times in a row, and then I wear them until they fall apart. And then I buy 5 more of some other pair of jeans.
Yo, man, thank God for Amazon Basics.
Right. Okay, so the question was, at what age do you give up trying to be trendy? And I don't mean like fashionable. I mean staying on trend. Like when trends change, you adapt with the trends. Meaning, if you got a favorite pair of jeans that are sort of like the waist that you like and the leg that you like, if the trend in jeans change, you then adapt to the new trend as opposed to sticking with what you know. Mocha.
I'm going to say, according to what it is you are going to tell us the answer is.
Right.
Not saying this is me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not there yet.
Yes.
But I'm going to say 35.
Okay. Shem, what do you say?
I was
going to
say
do you give up on being like following the trends?
Well, I am 35 and I haven't given up yet. So I'm going to say 40.
Interesting. 40. Okay. Damnit Maurie?
Well, I go by my husband, who's very trendy, and he's turning 40 in a week, so I'm going to say 40.
Deepa, the youngest of all of us. How old are you again, Deepa?
I'm 27.
27. What age do people give up on following trends?
I was going to say like 30, because at that point, your life is basically over. So why try?
Deepa.
Damn.
I'm just kidding.
I'll let you know when I get there, y'all.
Yeah. Same. Anyway, now I'm just hurt. 35 is what they say, but I don't even want to finish this conversation now.
Come on. It's quite interesting.
So 35 is when they say, well, 30, according to Deepa, your life is over.
That's the new survey.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, thank God it's not actually, because, like, what would we drive? You know what I mean? Like, how would we communicate with people? All things created by people over the age of 30, by the way, Deepa. Over the age of 30. So they say that, 37% of people say that at 35 is when they give up following trends. Like, actually, like, where you will change your wardrobe based on what is trendy. 35 years old. So Mocha nailed it. Deepa is still hurtful.
Sorry.
Shem is 35, so we can expect you to maintain or decline, Shem.
Oh, damn.
No, I'm just asking you. Are you gonna maintain or are you
I'll
gonna decline?
maintain. Come on, man. Look at me.
Decline. I didn't say
bro.
decline.
You did. First words out of your mouth were decline.
No. I didn't say that out of my mouth. No.
Shem's offended.
And Damnit Maurie, you will continue wearing clothes picked out by your husband. Correct?
Continue to wear hose?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody?
Good, man. How are you?
You there, Mocha?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear him.
Mocha, you there?
Yeah.
There you go. You there, Shem?
Hello.
Everybody's checked in. You there, Damnit Maurie?
I am here.
All right. Why do you sound so chipper today?
Oh, I had a fabulous dinner.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I found
What?
the
Wait,
best.
pause for a second. It shows.
Oh, wow. Damn.
I had to. I had to.
Maybe he means because I'm glowing and I look
No.
super happy.
Oh, for God's
No, or the fact that there's still food in your beard.
Although oddly, after you hear what I ate,
Okay, what'd you eat?
I did lose 0.1 pound.
Don't do that. Don't obsess over 0.12 pounds, man. Also, what kind of scale do you have that does like the 2 decimal point?
Oh, like any normal scale does a point.
Like the one for babies?
Not a 2 decimal point.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
that
a
doesn't
scale
exist.
called
Yeah, like, what do you-
desperately seeking.
Like, what do you? It's like you weigh apples, right? Like, 0.12. What scale gives you 2 decimal points?
One where you really need to know what you've lost.
Okay, so what'd you eat? What'd you eat?
That's what corners use to weigh the body.
Oh, no.
0.12 pounds. Isn't that what they say a soul weighs? Like when you die, like there's that group of people that when you weigh a body, like it loses 0.12 pounds or something like that.
no.
They say that's the
Look
weight
who
of a
believes in
soul.
souls now.
Okay. So Maury, so you ate a soul's worth of food last night.
I ate a soul's worth of food.
Okay.
Mac
Okay,
and
what'd you have?
cheese.
Yeah. Okay. And
That's it. Mac and cheese.
Oh, the way you built it up.
No,
and
not
I
like,
know.
not
That
like
was
the
like something
box. No, I
crazy.
found like an amazing mac and cheese at a takeout container.
Okay, don't build up mac and cheese. We all love mac
Okay, for the
and
record,
cheese.
I didn't build it up. You built it up.
No, you were
I just said I had a great dinner.
You were like, you're not going to believe. And also, yes, Mocha's right. It is still in your beard.
Okay, so you made this mac and cheese or you ordered it?
No. I did it. I got it from the takeout container.
What does that mean?
Who
talks like that? What do you mean? What does that mean? You say you got it from the takeout container?
The takeout wall at Loblaws. They have their takeout mac and cheese, and it is literally.
Oh, so why don't you just say you bought it at the grocery store, pre-made?
Grocery store.
Because they have a takeout section with prepared
But
foods.
who says I got it from the takeout container? That to me seems like you walk into a parking lot somewhere with like other like down on their luck folks, and you like open up like one of those things that like banks keep beside the building to keep the salt in for the winter, and like you just like
The big blue thing.
yeah, and you just like reach in and grab a container. What does that mean? I got it from the takeout container.
Like the wall where they have all the
Okay,
different.
the pre-mades.
The pre-mades.
Okay, yeah. And then so what? You brought it home?
Yeah, nuked it up in the
Yeah.
microwave. It was fantastic.
But you can't keep it in that dish, though. You have to put it in a separate dish to nuke it.
Oh, no, I put it in a bowl.
Yeah, you put it in a
Yeah,
bowl.
put it in a bowl. They use, it's like Cheese Whiz plus the shredded cheese.
Okay.
Like many different kinds of cheese.
Cheese whiz, huh?
Yeah.
Shem's going to have a heart attack right
nutty.
now.
Gross.
Yeah. Shem, if I tried to serve you, if I said, hey, I got this great mac and cheese, it's noodles and cheese whiz.
Calling the cops.
Right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, it's Ron Zamoka.
Yeah, what's going on, Roz Mocha?
What up? Who's this?
It's Matthew.
Hey, how you doing, Matthew?
Pretty good, pretty good. I just wanted to say I just finished your book last night, Roz, and incredible.
Oh, thank you, man.
Very, very cool. The build-up from the moment that you announce it, sometimes the build-up of that can be very misleading and stuff, but it was incredibly honest. Even probably more honest than the actual book that was revealing, but it just hit on high notes. And the crazy thing was that as I was listening to it through Audible last week, things weren't going so well in a lot of aspects, but it was just really refreshing and raw and vulnerable to hear that. And then at one moment, in one chapter, I was biking, and some car actually hit my bike.
Oh, my God.
Which was crazy. Fortunately, it was a very soft hit, and nothing happened, which was great. So that's just a memory I have.
Okay, so you're good. Like no broken bones or anything like that?
Nothing. Like not even a broken bike. I think he did more damage to his car than my bike.
Oh, okay.
And then, but just really just amazing book. And I'll end on this. Things weren't going so well, but just that motivation and things happen in the book, and reading those stories and, seeing how successful you are, it's a lot of great motivation. And the crazy thing that happened a week ago was I became the opportunity to become a Leafs season's ticket holder. So.
Oh,
wow.
Yo, goals, fam.
Goals.
So, when you talk about that idea of luck and stuff like that, just another perspective, but really, really, just the highs and lows there. But
that's awesome.
When you said things weren't going so good in your life, I thought it was on some deep emotional stuff, not hockey tickets,
bro.
that you couldn't get season tickets for your favorite team.
You're wild, man. Hey, have you finished my book yet, Mocha?
So I was just going to say, I did finish the book.
You did finish it. Finally.
I finished the book.
My God.
I'll tell you what I love about it.
Almost a month.
I love that. I love the stories you told about your dad.
Right.
Same here.
Because I knew nothing about your dad for as long as we've worked together, right? Even when songs are playing or there's other stuff going on and we would chit chat, the topic of your dad never came up. And if it ever did, you never gave any details, right?
No.
And the last thing I'll mention is that, Roz, the biggest thing that hit me, the last thing was that the statement you said was that you'll never know really the impact of being a person until your father passes. Mine's not, and I don't ever wish they ever dies, but I know that's not a reality. But that just hit really, really strong. But it just appreciates my dad so much more than anything else. So thank you for that.
And I love how, I don't know if you felt the same way, Matthew, but I love how throughout telling your stories, every now and then you would still bring it back to your dad.
Yeah.
So we were
100%.
still getting little tidbits of info on who your dad was, what he was like, his personality, the way he thought. And then, of course, the love story between you and Catherine.
Right.
And I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that still
and
hasn't
you can
read.
see it in Ross, too. You can see just how much of an impact he has on his life. So
now that Mocha's finished the book, I can say this because one of the things that was important to me was that I had not a fight. It wasn't a fight with the publishers and the people that I was working with. But the back half of the book, I go out of chronological order, right?
Yeah.
I start dipping back because the thing that was important to me was the last story in the book that I talk about my dad was going to be a story where he was alive.
Yes.
Right? So when my dad dies in the book, I bring him back, right? And
which I love. Again, every now and then,
because I didn't want the
about
last I talked about him to be when he died. So the last, my favorite chapter is the King is Stupid.
Yes.
And because that's my favorite story about my dad.
You, right?
Yeah.
Because it's you as well. Spoiler alert. And
also,
I do have to say thank you. You said some really nice things about about me. Not to make it about me.
No. I was wondering when you were going to get to your chapter.
But thank you for including me in a chapter of the book. It swelled my heart.
Yes.
It brought a
way
tear
to
to
play
my eye.
hardball, Mocha. Way to play hardball.
We're having a moment here, dude. Okay? For God's sakes,
Spoiler
bro.
alert.
Like,
Spoiler alert.
You know what I mean?
Damnit Maurie, quickly, go ahead.
I wanted to, the one question I had, finally, Mocha's finished the book.
I know.
But I wanted to ask, what would your dad think of the book? Would he have been okay with you sharing all the stories?
There would have been no book if my dad was still alive.
Because
there would have been no book if my dad was still alive.
Do you get it? Do you understand, Maury?
I know, but I guess I don't get it because I wanted to know, like, if he was still alive and you
No,
did write a
you
book,
don't understand.
would he be okay with you sharing the
Maury, I
stories?
wrote a book about my dad dying.
It was the
And you're
purpose.
wondering what he would think of the book if he was alive?
No, but I wanted to know.
Like-
would your dad be okay with you sharing stories about him?
But there would be no book.
The whole Maury, oh my God.
Okay, just for the record, in my head, this was the greatest question ever.
You sat on this waiting for Mocha to finish reading the book.
Yes.
Okay, to ask what my dad would think of the book if he was still alive, which is primarily a book about his death.
But
I don't think he would be
And
happy.
all the
sharing
stories
stories.
leading up to
Yeah, like
his death,
yeah,
right?
like okay. So wait a second. So if my dad was still alive, and then I wrote a book about him dying, how would he feel about it? Probably not good.
No, not necessarily that part, but the other stuff.
Matthew,
I think he'd be kind of pissed.
kind of pissed. Matthew, we appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show. Thank you for listening to the audio version of Roz's book, and thank you for being such a big fan, bro.
And you're going to ask me who's my favorite?
Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Before the book, it was always Ross. Like, just such a great guy, and the book just made it even more. So thanks, Ross. Really appreciate
I thought you were going to say now after the book, it's Mocha.
Imagine.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey,
Yes,
come
Queen.
What time are we talking to the Leafs today? What time are we running that?
Like in 7 minutes.
Michael Bunting and Mitch Marner. Maury was hanging out with them. Were they fun?
Oh, so much fun.
Sorry, I know you had fun with them. Did they have fun with you?
They actually did.
Okay.
I would say, you know what, guys?
Yeah.
Honestly,
You've
I
heard it
listened
all. I've
to.
not heard any of this.
I heard, yeah, they're really, really good.
Really, huh?
And they played along really well.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. They were very generous with their time,
Yeah.
I would say.
I was trying to think of the last time. You reminded me of this, especially with hockey players. I was trying to think of the last time I wore a helmet because I saw a video of you the other day, Mocha, riding a bike with a helmet on. And I'm like, I don't know.
Safety first, bro.
And
You only got one brain.
And I'm like, I don't know when the last time I put a helmet on was. I was trying to think.
Really?
No. Like, when would I ever? Maybe my motorcycle, when I used to ride a motorcycle.
Do you still have your helmet at home?
For my motorcycle? No,
Uh-huh.
no. I got rid of that. I got rid of all the motorcycle stuff. But trying to think of the last time I had a helmet on my head.
Maybe to go skiing?
Skiing? I've never gone skiing before.
Do you wear a helmet for skiing to begin with?
Believe me, if I went skiing, I would wear full hockey gear. If I went skiing, I'm not skiing. I would brake like, oh my God, I would brake all the way down.
I think you have to wear a helmet when you're skiing.
Because
You
any
think
picture
so?
I saw, they wear like a toque, and they look good.
Yeah. I don't know if people wear helmets when they go skiing, man. I really
if you
don't.
smash your head, you're gone.
Yeah, I don't know though. I don't know if people like general.
Yeah, dude.
You think so? I think
You have to wear a
children do.
helmet.
No, I think children do. I don't think regular people go down. Like,
I've never seen helmets at the ski rental
Yeah,
shelf.
I don't think people do. I think people go down those mountains with no helmets on. I think in the Olympics and stuff like that, they wear a
No
helmet.
way.
Yeah,
No, I'd bubble wrap and then helmet and then bubble wrap again.
I know.
Do helmets fit your head?
Shut up, Maury.
No, I meant because you have like a really big
What's the
head.
matter? Shut up. Why bring that up, man? Like that's so.
That's so
like,
mean.
That's so
You've
mean.
talked about your large ass head.
No, you don't say ass. Okay, like no, but I did. I got very excited. I don't know what it was last week. I don't know what I look for. Catherine told me the other day, go find all the underpants that you like the most. And tell me tell me what brands they are, right? And tell me what brands they are, and then I'll just buy you a whole bunch of them. And I was like, okay, cool. Okay. So I went looking online. This brand, and then I start.
It's called Amazon Basics.
I start getting fed all the ads for all these underpants. So now my and I've noticed that for underpants ads now, they don't you don't have to be like young and ripped and hairless. right? So now my ads on my, like, you should see my feed now, man. It is a mess because it's all hairy guys in briefs because they use hairy guys now, like hairy thighs.
Not all of them. I could show you ads where they're not.
I don't want to see what you see, Maury. Okay, I don't.
Yeah, Maury's algorithm is already messed.
I don't want to see what you see. But then I also got excited because I found another hat company that does extra large heads. Right?
See? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's called like gargantuan or something. Like it has like a really offensive name.
Really?
It's called something like that. Like it has if you have a large head, right? You're very sensitive to having a large head. And I think this hat company is called like humongous or gargantuan or something like that. Like it's really, and it pops up all the time. So now I have on one side, I have a hairy guy wearing briefs, and on the other side, it's just the word gargantuan, right? Like my Google is a mess right now.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, yeah, go Leafs go. They're in San Jose for the next game tomorrow night, 10:30. And most of the times when you see athletes talking to people outside of, whatever given sport that they're in, they're kind of bland and blah and whatever, especially when it comes to hanging out with media, right?
They train them that way, right? Like they're just,
and I don't know if it's because
cliche.
They don't want them to like say the wrong thing or say anything that may be disrespectful to the team or to the sport or anything like that. But for some reason, and I love it whenever Damnit Maurie gets to sit down in front of an athlete because the fun from that athlete really shows and really comes out, right? So Maurie was hanging out with Michael Bunting and Mitch Marner from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the conversation go the exact way you would think they would go when an athlete is talking to Maurie, by starting off in the most weird and awkward way.
What can you say to Leafs Nation to ensure them that this season will be great?
We have such a close team in here, and we all love playing for Toronto. I'm a hometown boy from Scarborough, so I know how much it means to everybody here in this city that we're good, and it's going to be a fun year. So a lot of passion in this group.
There's somebody's like, I don't know if it's your gear, but literally sweat is dripping on me right now.
I think that's my skate dripping right on the top of
your... Is that your foot sweat dripping on my head? Like literally.
Yeah, that might be, no, it's just the ice. Don't worry. You're good. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a hell of a lot of foot sweat.
Yeah. We are leaking out there, but yeah, it was a good practice.
Okay. Where are you? Explain. Where are you sitting down? Like, what's going on?
So in the locker room, everybody has their own sort of, I guess, section. They're like a bench. So I'm sharing his bench with him.
Right.
And right above me is where all of his gear that he just came off the ice is hanging.
Oh, yeah, because they hang it all up, right?
Yeah.
No, that was definitely sweat.
Yeah, that's so gross. And then things get even more weird. But man, these guys from the Leafs are amazing.
Obviously, you know what a goal horn sounds like. It's something like, okay.
Yeah, it was great. You nailed it.
Okay. So if you could replace the goal horn with any animal sound, what would it be?
That's a good question. Maybe a tiger.
Okay. How would that sound? He shoots, he scores. Roar.
Nice, eh?
That's almost scary.
Yeah. Get the people going with that.
All right, Mitch Marner, your turn. We're changing the goal horn to an animal sound. What animal sound are you picking?
Oh, man. Any animal sound. Oh, my God. I'll go dog bark, and then I'll just...
Okay, here we go. So let's see how this sounds, okay? He shoots, he scores. Maybe we stick to what's already there.
Yeah. No, that's why we're not in that business. That's why we're trying to do the other part of it.
God, one of the greatest hockey players in the world. You know what I mean?
You got the man barking like a dog.
Can you make a dog sound?
And then another question from Damnit Maurie to Michael Bunting and Mitch Marner from the Toronto Maple Leafs that I guess Maurie has really thought about a lot.
What do you do during the game if you really have to pee?
You have to hold it. Some guys, if you really have to go, they'll sneak off. But most of the time you hold it and then run right to the washroom right when you get off. I think a lot of guys, we drink so much that we pee about 3 times in the intermissions.
Okay, Mitch Marner, I got to get your take on this. What happens if during the game you have to pee?
I don't know. I never really experienced that feeling. I try and do that between periods and get that out, but I don't know. It's a good question. I haven't felt that one.
Is there a signal? Do you raise your hand going, Coach, I've got to pee?
I don't know. That's a good one. I think we're old enough that we can hold it in for the amount of time we need to. It's not like we're out there for that long in between breaks. So I think everyone's pretty good at holding it in.
I feel targeted right now.
I was just going to say, you would be the worst hockey player ever, or the worst athlete for the amount of times you would have to leave a game to go and pee.
I had to find, I ran into a place yesterday because I was driving, and I had to run into a drugstore and pee. I didn't even need anything at the drugstore.
How long were you in the car for?
I had left the house 15 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
And did you pee before you left?
Like not that long, but I had I don't know.
Like within 30 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, cause I just had like 2 coffees and like a bunch of water and like all this stuff. And then I'm like a bomb at that point. That's the one reason why I could never play hockey.
Yeah, right. And finally, Damnit Maurie with Michael Bunting and Mitch Marner from the Toronto Maple Leafs.
You got to tell me what you said to me as I was coming towards you here in the locker room. I think the people need to know.
Yeah, I recognized you, and I told you that I listened to all you guys every morning driving to the rink. I've been listening to you since I've been going to high school.
Just to interrupt, I do believe you also said I was really funny.
Yeah, you are funny. Yeah, there you go. Roz and Mocha might not like that, but you're funny. You make me laugh probably the most.
Shut up,
well, every time people call in, they ask, who's your favorite between Roz and Mocha? What would you say?
I'm gonna have to say Mocha. His laugh is contagious. Sorry, Roz. I know that one always stings you.
Bro.
Yes, big up Michael Bunting.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mocha looks good today.
I mean, he always looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of his
Nobody wants
eyes.
to hear you say that, Maury. For some reason, it's weird. I don't know what it is.
You say that about everything I ever say,
I know. But for some reason, when I say that somebody looks good, it is totally different than when you say somebody looks good.
Can I try it?
No, I don't want. No, it
Mocha,
grosses
I love
me.
your
No,
eyes.
it grosses me out. It really does.
Can Mocha hear us?
I don't think so. Nobody's comfortable right now with you saying that they look good. It's really weird.
That really bodes well for me.
No, you know what I mean?
mentally.
No, right? Like anybody could tell me I look
great.
good. Shem could be like, man, you look good today. Deepa could be like, well, she never would. But Deepa could be like, man, you look good today. Let's be honest, right? But as soon as you say, I don't know, there's just something. I don't know, there's something that weirds me out about
I'll
it,
stick
man.
to what I know.
Yeah, which is
Art and men.
please.
Wow.
What a flex. What a flex. Those are like 2 basic hobbies. Well, I shouldn't say men as a hobby. My God, you're married.
Yeah, it's not a hobby.
Who says that? Who says that as a married man? My 2 hobbies are art and men. Sometimes they're the same thing, though, right, Moore?
Right?
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
No, I was just saying you look good today, Mocha.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I did too.
No. Oh, for God's sake. Enough, Maury. Enough. I can't deal. I can't
Holy.
deal. What?
Me.
I know. You know what I'm saying?
No, but it's about you, you.
It's not. It's not. Nobody wants to hear. There's something. Maybe if you said it in a different way, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is about the way that you say somebody looks good, Maury, but it never makes you feel good.
Mocha, I love your eyes.
No, see, I don't know what, you know what I'm saying?
Gosh,
right? Like, so gross.
creepy.
Who also, nobody says, like, when you say to another guy, like, that's like one of your dudes, right? You say, yeah, man, you look good today, right? Exactly what I did.
Yeah.
You never walk up to somebody and go, oh my God, I love your eyes. Okay. Like somebody that you've known, like, who says it to somebody that they've known for like
Yes,
15
Mocha looks
years?
fierce.
Stop it.
Is that better?
No.
I'm just testing out different ways.
Somebody sent me an email to like about skin things and stuff like that. If I wanted to try a bunch of stuff out, and I'm telling you, man, I don't even know what any of these things were called. Like I had no idea
Run
what to
through
do.
them.
Oh,
No,
can
I
you
don't
try to
even-
remember?
No, I have no idea. Like no,
Serum?
It's like a serum,
Serum's
right?
very good. That's what you put under your cream.
And I don't know whether do you leave all this stuff on?
Yes.
Do you put it on and then wash it off? Like I don't know what you do.
You do it in the morning and you live your day.
I am so removed from that sort of like face routine. What do they call it? Skin routine?
Regimen.
Serum?
Regimen.
Regiment? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
I'm so removed from that. Like
Have you ever done a night mask? No. Where you put cream all over your face and go to bed with it on?
Like, one time somebody wanted me to wear a night mask, but I wasn't comfortable with that either. Hey, yo.
Wait, Deepa. Okay, hold on. Like we're all talking about skin routine here, and Deepa hasn't like said a
Right?
single word
No.
yet. What's your skin routine? I'm just kind of curious now.
Oh, I have a
Like, do you have
lot
one?
of skin routine. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, so first it's a vitamin C cream. Let that absorb for like 10 seconds. Then I
10
put on my acne
seconds?
medication. Let that sit. Yeah, it's quick. It's like quick absorption.
Okay.
Acne medication, then a face cream. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I go to bed like that.
So you leave all that stuff on in bed.
Yeah, I mean, you rub it in your face. So it's not just like layers that you leave and then just rub it
Yeah.
all over your pillow. Like,
Bro, you
yeah.
talk like a guy that
Ross,
doesn't
you do
wash.
nothing. Like,
Like, I swear.
what are you doing?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I talk like a guy that doesn't wash. I am a guy that doesn't wash.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So a lot of people online want Martha Stewart to hook up with Pete Davidson.
Oh, not me.
I know, right? So who's the big three? Okay, Shem. So Martha Stewart, Diane Sawyer, and
Viola Davis, man.
Viola Davis.
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
there-
I thought for
wasn't there
sure you were
another-
going to say Helen Mirren.
Barbara Walters.
Oh,
Yeah.
Helen Mirren as well.
Helen Mirren. Yeah, 'cause
Diane
there-
Sawyer out.
There was a big three, though, that we were talking about, right? Those sort of age demo blondes.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
Helen Mirren for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I don't think Diane Sawyer was
We
part of
said
it.
Diane Sawyer before, because
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. I met
Ginsburg was
Diane Sawyer one time, and she's a striking woman.
Oh, that
Like
she does it for you.
it was crazy. Like she has this energy to her, Shem. I'm telling you.
Not like my girl Martha, man.
Listen, there's nothing like Martha Stewart. I understand that, especially new Martha Stewart. But so everybody wants Martha Stewart to hook up with Pete Davidson because Pete Davidson, as we know, is just making the rounds. And and I guess they know each other. But Martha Stewart was on with Drew Barrymore yesterday, and they do this game with like flags. So it's like red flag, yellow flag, green flag. So green flag is like obviously go. Red flag is when it comes to relationships, hell no. And yellow flag, you're on the fence. And so what you're going to hear is you can't see the flags, but Martha Stewart is just all green flag, green flag, green flag. So so this is Martha talking about Pete Davidson.
Here we go. Your date has as many tattoos as Pete Davidson. Green flag, red flag, yellow flag. Uh-huh.
Green flag, green flag.
I knew it, Martha, you minx. I knew it. Could have bet money in Vegas on that one. Okay, your date is Pete Davidson. I knew it.
Green flag.
There's a thing on the internet where everybody wants you to go on a date with Pete Davidson.
He's dated so many women.
So what?
No, I'm not saying that's bad. I think that's good. And he's sort of cute.
Everybody loves him.
I know everybody loves him. I know him.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't know I know him?
I mean,
I do know.
That's probably why
he was on the Bieber roast with me. Do you remember?
Yes.
He was this little twerp on the Bieber roast. He was even twerpier than Bieber.
Well, I got to
He was also very cute, by the way.
Oh, he's so handsome.
Oh, he's cute.
And lovely. And him and Haley just seem so lovely. Yes. But everybody speaks about Pete Davidson in such a positive way. Like, he has to be a good guy.
Oh, he is a good guy.
Right?
Wow, pining for the young things. Martha Stewart.
Would you quit the show for Martha Stewart, Shem?
I'm quitting.
Yeah. Like if you met Martha at like an event and she was like, God, man, just come and move to the Hamptons with me.
You guys, you know how fast I'm gone?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So that's it, it's done, huh?
Done. I think so. I know that the producers of House of Dragon, and I have not seen one frame of House of Dragon, and I've just been enjoying House of the Dragon through the Damnits. And it was the finale on the weekend. And I know that the producers of the show came out to ask people why they were lusting after. What's the character's name? He's a Targaryen, right?
You're thinking of Daemon?
Yeah, Daemon Targaryen. Why are people lusting after that guy, Maury?
Because he's beautiful.
Oh, but is he awful in the show?
Absolutely. He's a horrible human being.
Aren't they all awful in the
He's
show?
also married to his cousin now.
Oh, spoiler alert.
So was the queen.
Spoiler alert. Nah, that's straight facts. That was like Crown season 1. R.I.P. to the Queen. I miss you, Mom.
So the Damnits going to wrap up your season of House of the Dragon. They've been recapping every single episode. Was the finale longer, Maury?
No, still 110.
Was that was it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, here is the season finale of House of the Dragon, courtesy of Damnit Maurie and his husband, Damnit Matthew.
And for the final time together, one last time.
No, we're doing it wrong.
Who cares? So, okay, no, I've moved on.
Okay.
Apparently, word travels incredibly slow, and Prince Damon only now knows the king is dead.
Well, I mean, they had to write on rocks and send them.
Also, the internet is thirsty about Prince Damon. Do you find him hot?
Not really, but maybe could, potential there, but
What kind of an answer is that?
No, that blonde hair, I can't.
And the actress who plays Rhiannon, if she doesn't win an Emmy for what just happened, dramatic.
I have no words.
Oh, you certainly had a lot of words while you were watching it.
Essentially, it was a birth, but not a fun one to watch.
That was the most dramatic birth ever. People are going to be talking about this birth for a long time. So she yanked it from her. It wasn't alive, but she yanked it from her.
The strength of a
Oh my God, they showed that on
How did
TV?
they show that on HBO?
I don't know. It looked so real, too. Not that I know, but wow.
Very important turn of events. So the king's knights were brought over by Damon to his village or whatever and told that either they give their allegiance to the new queen or die.
Is that what you got?
That's what happened.
I remember a guy coming up on the hill, and I guess he's the one that left.
But he brought the king's crown, and so I guess Rhiannon left her other castle and is now with Damon because they're married or whatever.
That happened a long time ago.
She's now with them.
This is I don't know, Capulets and Montagues, two different houses or families.
You were covering your eyes watching what was just going on.
Oh my God. So the little boy, the son is literally on a dragon, and I'm thinking he's going to die. There's lightning, there's thunder. I'm thinking, can you even fly this dragon in the rain? I don't know. And then he's being chased by the eye patch guy. That was intense. My heart hurts. I literally was on the edge of my seat. The little boy was on his dragon. We thought he was in the clearing, and then boom. And then all of a sudden, eye patch dragon freaking ate him. And his other dragon, it just swallowed him and chopped him in half. I'm borderline gonna cry. And the queen, her reaction, yeah, it's now war. Now we need season 2. Okay, I'm really upset. That little kid, he was young, and this is I hate going to bed like this. I'm really upset.
And that is the finale of the season. What's your big takeaway from this?
Oh God, what do you mean takeaway? I never thought I would like this show, but you also can't stop watching.
What did you learn?
What did I learn? I didn't learn anything.
No, you learned you can't trust family.
You can't trust family, but also they're fighting for the crown. It's who gives a shit?
Okay, and with that, the season finale, so dramatic.
House of the Dragon.
From House of the Damnit. What? One last time.
Yo, so Matthew liked the show.
A fan. I knew that by the end of this, damn it, Matthew would be a convert. And now comes the glorious, awful news is that season 2 is coming out.
No!
Yes. When, next week? Please say next week.
2024.
Oh, nice. Mark your calendars. Damnit Maurie and Damnit Matthew.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Amy. It's Roz and Mocha. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Amy is out in BC right now. Thank you for listening, first of all. Second of all, why are you reaching out to us?
Why can't everyone just get along?
Why can't everyone just get along? That is a very generic question. However, you break it down to this specific. You wrote us this: Roz and Mocha fix my life. My 8-year-old daughter and my boyfriend of 3 years have been beginning to bicker, and I don't know how to go about making them both feel better about each other.
What are the things that they're bickering about?
It's kind of been a long time thing. They're just, I think she's just getting kind of hormonal at that age, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
when she first met him, when she was 5, she was more affectionate, hugging him. I love you.
Yeah.
And now she's not. Now she really just shrugs him off a lot of the time, and it's really affecting him. And that's what's starting to make them bicker. She'll kind of talk back.
Do you think that maybe she's at that age now where she's jealous a little bit of the time that you and him are spending together, and like she wants that time? She wants you all to herself?
Yeah. Yeah, actually. That's a really good point.
Is this your only kid?
It is, yeah.
Not wanting to like hug and stuff like that when they turn 9. I know that this is not something that you want to hear, and Mocha, it's not something that you want to hear.
Yeah.
But that's sort of when you're a parent, like you will go through little moments of heartbreak because suddenly this person who would just sit and cuddle with you forever on the couch, it's like you touch them with the side of your arm and you just feel them move away from you.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? Like it happens. It happens. They go through changes and they grow up, and like you said, they get hormonal and they start looking at the world differently, and they need affection in different ways. Where everything used to be able to be fixed with a hug, right now they need something else. Now it's not that they don't want to spend time with you, but they just may not be super into that physical affection right now. And I think that you need to adapt with what the kid responds to positively. Right? Like if it's jokes, if it's, time to do like a dumb activity together, like whatever they respond to emotionally in a sort of positive way, the way that they would when it used to be about hugs, find out what that is and just do that. So adapt to the kid because they still need affection. They just need it in different ways.
That is a... Yeah.
And you can't, and a grown man can't look at it. It is such a terrible, and believe me, even for me, I got a daughter, right? I would never look at my daughter and go, why don't you want to hug me? Like, that is just so damaging moving forward in life to a young girl, that she's getting yelled at by a man for not wanting to be physically affectionate. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't do that. You can't yell at a kid. But I think you can find something that she finds sort of rewarding, emotional, that isn't that, and sort of, move it into that area. Adapt with her.
Yeah. So how do I talk to her about that though?
But talk to her about what though? Talk to her about what? Like is she being hurtful? Is she just being 8?
Yeah, it's even like, she'll come give me a big hug, say goodnight to me, and he'll be like, good night, Nadine, I love you, and she won't say anything. She'll like rush off to her room.
Is her dad in her life at all?
Yes, he's very much in her life.
He is. So is she developing like maybe a stronger sort of bond with him?
Well, yeah, she's like he's always been close. He's always been there.
Do the two guys get along?
Yeah, actually, they were friends before me and.
Oof.
I work for a friend.
Hey-o.
That's another FML for like next week or something.
There may be like a daddy thing, where she's,
choosing sides.
But she may feel guilty. Like if, she's building this sort of thing with her father, she may be going through a little bit of growing pains about splitting affection because she may feel guilty, doing that behind her dad's back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too.
Yeah, you may just have to monitor the situation and understand that she's still a kid and she's going to do all the kid stuff, right?
Yeah.
But that's all you can do.
And that's what I keep telling my boyfriend too. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just her age and it's gonna pass one day.
And the one thing you can't do is try and force it, right? Especially when you're dealing with a young girl. You just can't force that stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. But have a conversation with her. Just like as her mom, don't involve your boyfriend. Just have a conversation with her and just find out how she's feeling about her dad. Find out how she's, feeling about, that relationship and, how she feels about you and sort of, what she needs from you guys when it comes to, affection and support. And she's 8. She understands. She can have this conversation with her.
Yeah, she's incredibly smart for her age.
Yeah.
That's something I said to my boyfriend because he actually communicated this with me last night, how he's feeling weird about it. And I'm like, I think we just all need to sit down, like, without any distractions, like no TV, no phones around. Like,
no, I think you and your daughter
should talk. Yeah.
Not with him around.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should just have a conversation. You're the mom. She's probably going to say stuff to you that she won't say to anybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, Amy.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
love.
Thanks,
you take
girl.
care.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Did you guys see that story of the guy that won the lottery? Because the numbers that he played were from like a broken odometer on his truck that he bought like more than 27 years ago. Guy's been playing the same numbers like every week.
That's genius.
Such a bad idea, man. I played the lotto the other night. I won
And?
$20.
Oh, nice. How much did
Yeah.
you spend?
Like 60.
Oh, so you didn't win.
No. Just, and I'm all random. So this guy, he had an old car and the odometer just happened to be the exact amount of numbers to buy a lotto ticket.
He needed 5 numbers, and the odometer read 82,466 miles.
Yeah.
And he played those numbers like every week religiously, his pick 5.
Yeah.
And this is, believe it or not, the 3rd jackpot that he's won using those numbers.
Shut up.
Oh, my God.
And a 3rd jackpot in 27 years. I mean, I don't know how long all the articles that I found, it doesn't say how long he's had the truck, but if this is his 3rd win in 27 years, and the truck has been in his possession, broken for at least the past 27
How much did he win?
years.
Did it say how much he won?
25 grand.
Oh.
He can never sell this truck.
Could you call yourself a lottery winner if you won 25 grand?
You just call yourself a lottery winner, you won $20.
No.
Of course you can.
No. I think that you can say I won 25 grand on the lottery. I don't think that you can say I'm a lottery winner. No.
So what's the bare minimum? Like a million?
Yeah, $1 million is the minimum to call yourself a lottery winner.
So he hasn't even hit $1 million because he won 50 grand in 95 and then 100 grand in 2008 using the same numbers.
Right.
So it still doesn't add up to $1 million.
I think we should all play his odometer numbers.
Like Shem, let's say you're on a date, right? And you're wooing like crazy, right? Like it's vibing, like you're going great, okay? And you get to the point of where they're like, so, tell me about yourself. Like, what's going on with you? And you were like, well, I'll be honest with you. Like, I won the lottery last year and, it was real great. Okay, so if you say that to somebody, right? I'm a lottery winner. And then it comes out on date number 6 where she was like, by the way, how much did you win on the lottery? And you were like, 25 grand. That's not going over well.
You think I'm overselling?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
You can't call yourself a lottery winner if you won 25 grand.
You think I'm telling a date that I won the lottery?
No, but I think if it's a dollar amount that's like less than $1 million, you have to say you have to say, if you're going to say that you won the lottery, you have to follow it up by saying exactly how much you won.
You can't fully agree with you.
Right? You can't say I'm a lottery winner, leave it at that, because then the other person assumes, okay, millions.
Thank you.
In the millions at least. You have to say, yeah, I've won the lottery, 25 grand, not a big deal. It was 25 grand.
You are 100%. You are bang on right. There should be a rule that if you've won less than $1 million, you cannot say I'm a lottery winner. You have to say I won 75 grand on the lottery. You have to include the dollar figure if it's under $1 million. I fully agree with you. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know why I'm so passionate about this. I don't know anybody who's ever won the lottery.
You just said you did, $20.
No, I don't know anybody who's ever won anything more than $1 million on the lottery.
Yeah, me neither. Do you
no? I don't know anybody who's won $1 million. I wouldn't be friends with them anymore. Even
Why?
if I did. I can't be around
just be
that.
a hater?
Yeah, I can't be around that. I'd be too jealous for the rest of my life.
Big time.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
My God, Leslie Jordan died. And Leslie Jordan really wasn't on my radar because I wasn't the fan of like Will and Grace and all that stuff. But he became this like huge star during COVID and during lockdown because like he was just doing stuff on social media that just like really hit. And then I saw the headlines yesterday, and the headlines were, Leslie Jordan passes away at, I think he was 67. And I was like, oh, God, that sucks. But, like, they left out the part where it was, like, a car accident where he, like, slammed his car into the side of a building.
A medical
or
emergency
like that.
and, like, slammed into the side of a wall.
God damn, man.
And just the day before, he was on Instagram singing a song, like, literally hours before.
The trumpets of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more. And the morning breaks eternal, bright and fair. When the Savior diverse shall gather.
And he really sounds like that too. Like I was shocked when I talked to him. Like you really sound like a hillbilly, like an old gay hillbilly. He was sweet though, and he's so little. Like, and I don't think that should really matter. But like when little people die, you know what I mean? It breaks my heart a little bit. And I think it was because too. Like the sad thing about Leslie Jordan was that he really found, like, you really saw in him that he like sort of hit his stride like kind of later in life too. You know what I mean? And you're just like, God damn. But people love that guy over social because if you remember in the lockdowns, everybody was just going bonkers, and Leslie Jordan sort of floated to the top. Because he was that kind of like one bright light during all of it, right?
Well, he was just loving. Like
Is that what it was?
He was dancing around.
I remember
He was tap dancing.
I remember you telling me about.
Oh, because I follow him. So he was he was like, dancing while eating his dinner. Like he was just so relatable in a million different ways.
He was the one that looked like COVID wasn't bothing him at all. Right?
Or making the best of it.
Or making it. You're right. It was making the best of it. But I didn't watch him on Will and Grace. Who was he on Will and Grace? Who was he on Will and Grace?
Okay, so on Will and Grace, he was Beverly Leslie.
Who's that?
That was his character.
Okay, gotcha.
But he always pretended that he was straight and like hiding it. Like, can I play a clip?
Sure.
William, what a surprise. I'm just having a drink here with my business associate, Benji.
The only surprise is that you're still trying to pass off Benji as your business associate in the middle of a gay bar.
This is a gay bar? Well, I had no idea. I'm a half a mind to storm out of here right this minute. But my other half wants to stay and finish my refreshing lemon drop.
I love that guy, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We were supposed to have Trish Status on the show like a couple weeks ago, and then she wound up in the hospital. Canada's Got Talent Season 2 is filming right now in Niagara Falls. Trish is back as a judge again, and she's finally back on with us. Hey, Trish.
Thank you for having me back. It's been a while.
How are you feeling these days?
Why are you asking that?
Girl, come on now. We were worried.
Everyone is so worried. Honestly, it didn't burst. We're talking about my appendix, right?
Yes.
Okay. It didn't burst, so we're fine. I literally was supposed to do a media day that next morning, and so I was talking to the doctor, and I was like, we were all messed up. I drove myself to emergency. My mom's like, you could die though, so you should go to the emergency room. So I was like, shoot. So I drove myself to the emergency room. I go in, and the doctor recognized me only because we finally got in a little sequestered area, and I took down my mask. He goes, Trish Status. And I was like, okay, good. I'm glad that's out of the way. So can I ask you this? Will I be okay to do my media day tomorrow? And he goes, no, your appendix is going to burst. That's not a good thing. He goes, but it's your choice. It's completely up to you. And I was like, oh, no, don't tell me that, because I'll do it. I'll not get as much in, and I'll come back. He goes, okay. I said, you need to make an executive decision. So we took it out that evening. Easy peasy. And honestly, it's laparoscopic, so it was like pretty easy.
So
here we are.
I picked
up the kids from school that night. Put it that way.
That's crazy, because here's why. When Mocha said worried, right? This is, and we'll talk about Canada's Got Talent in 1 second. But here's why I worry is because you having done what you've done for so long, I start to worry that you're the type of person that is so used to being banged up and so used to some part of your body hurting that with stuff like this, you're the type that maybe doesn't go to the doctor right away.
Correct. How do you know this about me? Yes.
You just kind of wait to see. You gauge the pain from day to day, and you're like, whatever, it'll heal on its own.
I'm like, I have a very high pain threshold for sure. So that's like that, but I'm aware of it. I'm aware that like I don't have those like signals, those red flags, so to speak, that tell people, hey, slow down. Hey, your body needs you. So I try to tune in with my body. And that's just like with my yoga, my meditation allows me to do that. But this one literally sprung up on me. Like, I just was like, how much can I squeeze in before? So that is a thing that I have to deal with, but I got it done.
Good.
And I mean, to be honest, they they were offering me pain pills and this and that. I said no to, I didn't take one single painkiller. I just was like, I need to be aware. You need to be like tuned in. I believe that was part of my quick recovery, was knowing where I'm at, monitoring how much I can do, and like, not push myself, because I was aware of what pain was happening and what wasn't happening. So
you're sitting on set right now of season 2 of Canada's Got Talent. And when you went in last season, did you have something in mind that you were hoping would like blow you away, or what you were looking for, or a specific sort of talent that you gravitated towards? And has that changed now going into this season? What are you looking for?
Well, it's funny because in the beginning, it was just about like what is Canada going to deliver, right? Because I mean, we'd seen all the Got Talents, obviously huge franchise, and a lot of the times as a Canadian, I'm sure you guys the same, you'd watch the Canadian talent on these, you know, other platforms, BGT or AGT and etc. And you would just be like, you know, you're rooting for them. You're like, so now to have a platform for our own talent, it was so amazing. But I was like, can we deliver? And I hate to say it, but didn't want to be like the Canadian version of AGT.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
And so now, I mean, because like, look at the set and look at like the performances that we had last season. I'm like, oh my gosh, like we were blown away by what Canada brought. And so that was like, you know, and it really just put us on the map as far as like, okay, this is our own show. We can stand on our own feet and Canada's going to deliver. So now I'm just like, whatever, bring it. Like, I'm excited to see. I mean, even how at one point last season said, I got to be honest, at this point, this may be the best talent I've seen yet. And he has 11 years of, 11 years of AGT.
Real quick, were you with season 1 and now going into season 2, were you surprised at all by either you or the other judges with the connection that you've made with some of the contestants and having that kind of like emotional relationship with them after hearing their stories, hearing some of their struggles, anything like that?
Care about them much. I feel like just do your thing. You know what I mean? I just so mean.
Girl.
No, it's crazy. Like I don't say I'm just kidding. I feel like, you know, what this show does is it's really about the stories, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, the talent, of course, and what you present on stage, but it really just enhances it. I mean, the production did such a great job of putting the stories together, telling their stories, because it's more about their person, about them as a person, their journey to get there, and of course that, you know, you come more endeared with like and their journey altogether. And for me, I know that journey. I've known like the ups and the downs and what it took to get noticed, or what, you know, how long you went before you got noticed, all that kind of thing, right? So, so instantly I have a connection with any performer I feel on stage, because I know that journey, and it's really interesting. And I know the pressure of performing and having maybe that one shot that could be the shot, or maybe it's not the shot. Maybe it's just the step along your journey, but maybe next time there's another shot for you, you know? So it's hard to not have that connection with the contestants.
There you go. Trish Status, you know we love you on the Roz and Mocha Show. Thank you so much for joining us today and making time.
I have one question.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit low on my reading material at the moment. And I mean, I know someone has a book out.
I do.
I thought maybe.
Do you want me to send you my book, Trish? I'll send you my book.
Oh my God, that's a great idea.
I'll send you my book.
I mean,
it's right.
No fair. Everybody seems to be. Yeah. Good. I like that.
Consider yourself lucky,
Yes,
Trish. I had
yes.
to buy mine on Amazon.
Yeah, and I apologize in advance for making you cry, because it will make you cry.
I can't wait to read the part about myself. It's gonna be so fun. Remember that time we did the interview?
Okay.
That interview that was life changing for you? That one? I didn't make.
Yeah, it's that chapter just titled Trish.
Just send it to my manager. Fine.
You're the best.
Trish Status, we love you so much.
Congrats on the book.
Thank
Congrats
you
on the
so
book.
much.
Thank you so much for chatting with us, and get ready to be blown away and stratified.
Right on.
Cannot
Appreciate
wait.
you.
You take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yes. I got to stop going on the radio when I have to pee, man.
You had songs
I know.
playing.
I had so many. I know. That's my life, though. Is on. I always just
You're
have
sitting here.
I have so much. I know. I have so much. Shut up with the brush. Eh? I have so much time. Taylor Swift on with Jimmy Fallon last night. I hadn't realized how long it's been since Taylor hadn't toured, and I know COVID happened, but when she released those two sort of like, was it Folklore and Evermore?
Yep.
And she didn't tour those, and it's been a real long time. But on Fallon last night, Taylor teases what I can only imagine is going to be a massive tour.
But is it because, I mean, you've done the albums, you've done the re-recordings, but also you haven't toured in like 4 years. We want you to.
I think I should do it.
Are we talking sooner than later?
No, I mean, you know, I should do it.
Yeah. When it's time, you'll let us know.
When it's time, we'll do it. I miss it. I really miss it. I miss, you know, when you write songs and you're proud of the songs and you have the fans reacting.
Yeah.
The most potent way that you can see them react is when you're looking into their faces. Do you know what I mean? I miss that a lot. I really miss that connection.
They're looking at you right now.
Remember we used to call those woo girls? Remember that? What was the boy equivalent of woo girl, Maury? Was there one? Or was it just still woo girls?
It was yeah boy.
Yeah, the yeah boys and the woo girls, right? Anyway, Taylor Swift's fan base is loaded with them. So who knows when she's actually going to be on
I was
tour?
at one of her shows when she came to town.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
They gave
though,
everyone
right?
like glow-in-the-dark wristbands that matched the music.
Yeah, anyway, so Taylor announcing that, yes, she will be going on tour, so just calm down.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, you see those pictures of Zac Efron?
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Jacked.
He's all roided out, huh?
Jacked.
Bro, I'm worried for that guy.
Why?
Come on now. You don't gain that much muscle mass naturally.
Oh, he's on
See how puffed his stomach is?
everything.
Like
is
you
puffed.
get that. No, but I mean like the shoulders, everything else, but like his stomach is like distended. Like it's sticking out. Like he's playing what's the wrestler that he's playing? Kevin Von Erich, right. Oh, that's a sad story. All those brothers, those wrestling brothers who all died.
Yeah. Big wrestling family. I think out of Texas, right?
Yeah.
And they were like the squad that was supposed to be at that time, like the future of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I think their dad became
He was
famous as a wrestler.
Huge promoter.
Well, he became famous as a wrestler because his wrestling persona back in the day was a Nazi.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah. Their last name isn't even really Von Erich, right? It's like Eichelman or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So those pictures of Zac Efron, but it's one of those things where when you get involved in these movies, though, that are these sort of, 60s, 70s, 80s kind of thing. It's like Will from Stranger Things, right? Like you gotta fit the time, and there's a sort of formula. So they had to give Will that stupid haircut for all those seasons. And when you
let him grow out of it.
When you look at Zac Efron, like he's never been bigger, he's never been beefier, but he has the same sort of stupid ass bowl cut that Will does on Stranger Things. Like
And
you
if you
got
look
that
up-
body and
if you look up like the Von Erichs, like if you Google image, they all have that stupid haircut.
Yeah.
All the brothers.
Like,
But because it was
just-
like, it
what
was
you
of the
did.
time.
Yes.
It was of the time. But yeah, I don't know.
gotta have that hair,
I don't
right?
know what Zac Efron, like I know the guy works out and I know, for a role like this, you have a trainer and you have a nutritionist and you have people feeding you all sorts of stuff, supplements, whatever. But I'm sure that there's something in the mix there.
Oh, they all do, right? They all do.
Right.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, but looking like this, he's out of my top 5.
Oh, you don't like this?
Too much.
Too
beefy?
much.
Like too
much.
too muscular?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Really?
You shouldn't be able to kill me if you're like on
And
top
Maury,
of me.
realistic, like, come on now.
Like you have a chance of Zac Efron.
Like Matthew could kill you. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
sure
who do you
he's
think?
tried.
Okay, who do you think you could beat then?
Realistically, no
Yeah.
one.
Okay, so everybody looks like they could kill you then.
Yeah, but I don't want it to look like you could obviously kill me.
Well, most people look like they could obviously kill you. Like to me, I look at the video that you do with Matthew, where you're like torturing him in the condo with some stupid Riddler joke or whatever. And Matthew looks like when he's behind you like that, I'm like, he's gonna strangle you one day.
Yeah.
But Matthew looks like he could take you.
Oh, yeah, no, we've play fought before and he could.
Really, huh?
How many times? How many times do you guys play fight?
Oh, like sometimes on the couch we'll tickle and then he'll push me.
Will tickle. No, I'm talking like fight, man. Like play fight.
Well, doesn't
not-
tickling always turn into play fighting?
But you just said that you guys tickle and then he pushes
Yeah,
you away.
no, yeah, because
So
as
it
I'm
never gets
tickling
to- it
him,
never gets
he
to play
then like
fighting.
puts his hand on my shoulders or around my neck, and he's strong.
Right.
I have no chance.
He's testing out the squeeze.
Yeah, I know. That's all he's doing, right? He's not like Matthew's not play fighting. He's doing research.
Totally.
Right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Guys, I gotta tell you, that
Yes.
Taylor Swift album
Yeah.
is amazing.
You love it, huh?
I'm surprised by how much I actually really enjoy this Taylor Swift
Really,
album.
huh?
Like she's released amazing albums before,
Yeah.
but something about this one, this Midnight's album, and I don't know if it's because the Evermore and Folklore were just so different.
Yeah, I think.
And those were like my most recent. This is my favorite Taylor Swift on this Midnights album. Like the pop records really stand out.
Yeah.
The track with Lana Del Rey is
You know, I haven't heard that yet.
incredible,
I haven't heard it yet.
dude.
Yeah, it's good.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy
I haven't
cow.
heard it yet.
Like the writing on this album is just top notch.
Yeah, she's breaking it. There's some weird record that she just broke where I was like, what in the hell? Like every record that could be broken, she's breaking right now. Let me read you this headline. Taylor Swift Midnights becomes the first album in Nielsen history to break 500,000 vinyl copies sold in the first week.
Wow.
Like vinyl records
That's
she's
insane.
breaking. Right?
Yeah, that's insane.
That's wild.
No, the album's
Did you get the full thing with all 17 tracks or whatever is on there?
20.
20, is that what it was?
I got the 20 track album. 1 hour and 9 minutes.
Is it poppy?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
It very much is poppy.
Yeah.
Which is the type of Taylor Swift I like.
Same.
Right? Like
Same.
the big fun records are on there. The super emotional records are on there.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the writing credits to see like who else she worked with.
Right.
But like the writing on this album is friggin' incredible, dude.
I guess she had to change her video too, right? Didn't she just take out the word fat out of her video? Is that the story?
For really?
Yeah.
For what? Anti-hero?
Yeah. She steps on a scale and she looks down at the scale and where the numbers are, it just reads the word fat.
Yeah.
Right. And
We've
then
all been there.
Yeah. Same. And
Wait,
so
why did she remove it though?
Because
people were upset.
People were upset.
Why?
Because even though what she's trying to say is this is how we look at ourselves.
Yeah, the intent.
And it is the exact opposite of in any way sort of, I don't know, fat shaming or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's the exact opposite of that, but still, you know, people have even seeing the word or the context, or even if somebody, you know, while in a video playing a character or being personal, whatever it is, if you look at yourself in that way.
The people complaining don't understand the context that was being used in.
Obviously, I believe they do. They just don't like it. And so is it edited out now? I think it's edited out now, right? Yeah. She took it right out of the video. 33 million YouTube videos.
Wow.
Or 33 million YouTube views, and they edited out that word.
Well, if you're like me, that Taylor Swift album, Midnights, incredible.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Got another Roz and Mocha slow-mo podcast submission.
Oh, here we go.
This coming to us from Frank C.
Oh, yeah?
Who's listening to episode 435 of the podcast.
That's
Heard the
a
conversation.
new one.
Yeah. From the summertime.
Yeah.
And heard a ridiculous conversation and listened to it at half speed because it's been discovered that when you do that, our conversations sound like we're wasted. We're drunk.
Yep.
So this was, because it wasn't that long ago that Damnit Maurie decided to start growing a beard, right?
Oh, right.
So in the summertime, we were talking about Damnit Maurie growing the beard and products
how good
he was
it
using.
looks.
But your problem with a beard is you always complained about how itchy it was, right?
Yes, and
wasn't
I
that
powered through, and
right.
this has become one of my greatest accomplishments.
And what did we tell you? What did you have to do? Mocha and I have been saying for years. What did you have to do? Power through, and then it
through.
stops itching.
Yeah,
And
you say that about everything, too.
and-
Anytime I ask for advice, you always say power through and it
just-
stops itching.
Yes. I know, Maury's very itchy, by the way.
So big up to Frank C. for this submission.
My recent post, the comments on the beard are insane.
Yeah. Which is funny because you've been talking about growing a beard more for years now.
And the amount of product I
10
have to
years.
put in this thing daily.
Why
just
are you
keep
putting
it-
product in it?
I have shampoo, conditioner, spray.
Spray?
Did you buy like boner or not? I mean, growth pills for your beard.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Beard looks great, Maury.
Yeah, it's always fun when somebody says boner in slow-mo.
So thank you to Frank for your submission. If you find a moment on our podcast where when you slow it down at half speed, that the conversation sounds ridiculous, please feel free to send it to us. Don't forget to include the episode number, the timestamp on it, and also your name so we can give you a shout out. But Frank submitted that from episode 435 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'll play you this Hugh Jackman clip real quick.
Hugh Jackman.
He is, of course, Wolverine, returning for Deadpool 3. He's on the cover of Variety, does a big interview with them. There's the video on their YouTube channel as well where they just bring up, random thing. It's not the 72 questions thing, but it's similar to that, where they just bring something up, get Hugh Jackman's thoughts on it, right?
Ryan Reynolds is blank.
Ryan Reynolds is blank. Blank's a great word. Ryan Reynolds takes up so much air in the room. It's crazy. It's just an insatiable need, vat of needs and wants. I'll give you more. I've got a whole slew of them. I can't even say the guy's name. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. I think you should change his name. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is ubiquitous and it's annoying. I'm bored. Just bored talking about him. Sorry.
What's funny about that is that in real life, the two of them are best friends. And Hugh Jackman in this article with Variety said that after he'd wrapped filming Logan, right?
Yeah.
And Logan came out in 2017.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
So spoiler alert, Wolverine dies, right?
Oh.
So the character is gone. And when Hugh Jackman watched Deadpool, it was at that point he was had a change of heart, and it was so quick because he watched Deadpool right before Logan came out. He had already finished filming Logan, so he knew he was never going to come back as Wolverine.
Right.
And he tells Variety, I went to a screening of Deadpool. I was 20 minutes in, and I was like, God damn it. All I kept seeing in my head was 48 Hours with Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. So it's been brewing for a long time. It just took me a little longer to get here. He also said he received calls on the daily from Ryan Reynolds where he would urge him to consider a Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And it wasn't until a road trip to the beach with his family this year at the end of August that he decided to come back.
Really, huh?
And he said, I think Ryan Reynolds actually had given up. I think it was a big shock to him. There was a massive pause. And then Ryan Reynolds said, I can't believe the timing of this. The reason why Ryan Reynolds had said that is because it wasn't that long after that Ryan Reynolds was already supposed to meet with Kevin Feige over at Marvel to talk about Deadpool 3 and talk about writing the script, this and that. So it just so happened things lined up perfectly where Hugh Jackman says yes. Ryan Reynolds already has this interview with Kevin Feige.
Lock him in.
Marvel had just secured a deal for X-Men, Wolverine, all that stuff.
It all
so
worked out.
Things just worked out
And
perfectly.
you can put, I guess, because they just break all the rules now in movies anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Logan can still exist in that world. This would just be a story that took place before Logan.
Completely.
Right?
Yeah.
You're just telling another Wolverine story. You don't have to, it doesn't have to happen after Logan where people are yeah, but he died. No, he can still die. He can still be dead.
Yeah.
But this is just a story that happens before then, right?
Yeah.
Does it work? I don't know. I didn't see Logan.
It'll work.
It'll work?
They'll
make it work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, with the multiverse, they could do anything they want.
I hate the multiverse.
Right? I know you don't
hate
like
it.
it.
No.
You're so confused.
Yeah, I'm not confused. I just don't like it. There's a difference.
Well, then just don't watch the new Ant-Man. Did you watch the trailer for the new Ant-Man?
I can't.
Oh,
No,
dude.
it's too
It'll
much.
confuse the hell out. If you thought you
way
hated
low.
the multiverse now,
Yeah.
wait till that new Ant-Man comes out next year.
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is... Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hey, Emma.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm okay. How are you?
What brings you to Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life today?
I feel like my workplace disappointed me.
Oh, damn. Same girl. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, dude. That's so mean.
Emma, you wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. My job promised me a permanent position, and then they said, never mind. I love my job, but without the job security, I have to find a new job, but I feel like I'd be screwing my coworkers over. Jeez.
You started looking for a new job already?
Sort of. I've been in the websites and, my resume's out there, but nothing concrete yet.
And you want to leave, right?
Well, I feel like I would need to because what ended up happening was I am contract currently, but I was told that a coworker was moving into another position, and then that position would open up for me. Turned out that HR came back and they said, no, we're not going to open that position right now.
Yeah.
But they may open it up in the next little while, but who knows?
Who told you this initially?
It was just my supervisor.
Okay,
and
so somebody with no authority to even say that.
Kind of,
So-
but also we knew that it would be put up.
And they didn't so much lie to you as they spoke at a turn and made a mistake.
Yeah, no. It was more when that position opens up, it's for you, it's very much you're going to take it. It was like that.
And does this person feel bad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do. Oftentimes, you just get straight up lied to, right? There's going to be more money. There's going to be more opportunity. Look at this place. There's so much opportunity around here. And then opportunity never happens. And you never get to do all those cool things that they promised you that kept you around. And then if you threaten to leave, they're going to throw a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of money at you. But I think that I think that Mocha's right. I think that, if you're dead set on leaving, there is no going back for you.
The thing is, I don't want to because I love this job. I love my coworkers. I love everything about it. So it's really hard for me to be okay, bye.
Stop loving
But
work so
also-
much.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I said stop loving work so much. Find other things,
I
better
think
things
it's
to love
fine.
that love you back.
Yeah,
That job's not going to love you back, hon.
Yeah. And unless you get something in writing, right? You can't, I don't know.
What I'm guessing is that you want a permanent position with job security and everything else, right? And
I have a kid, and
Sure, of course.
being on contract isn't really feasible in the long term.
No, and so you have to now, you've already made the decision, and listen, it sucks when somebody promises you something at work and then they don't deliver. It's so brutal because it's your job and you got a kid and you start planning life. Right? You're okay, if this happens in 3 months, that means in 3 months we can do this. Christmas is going to be a little bit different. And then we can, all of this stuff you start planning. And they don't take any of that into consideration because they don't have to take any of that into consideration. But I will say this, I'm a big believer in, not quitting a job without a job.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So start looking. It's probably going to take a while. It may even take you to the point of where your current job works out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. But no, start looking because people lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know that it was one of those things that it happened and everybody felt really bad, but then at the same time, I feel like I was kind of pulled out of it, and now I'm just sitting here okay, what do I do? How do I
You can also meet with them and express to them, you can meet with HR, not that HR is there to protect you in any way, but you can meet with HR and say, hey, listen, just so you know, my situation right now is that this guy told me this, and now this doesn't exist. You can have that. You can have that conversation with them. I would recommend having that conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That should be step one. See what they say. Yeah, see what they
Something comes
say.
up and your name is the first one that gets brought up for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
Have that meeting. All right, Emma. You take care, hon.
You too.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye.
Looking for some advice? Be a part of Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Text FML to 925-555.
Kiss 92.5.
Matthew Perry was on. Was it Good Morning America? Is that where he was this morning? And he's got his new memoir out, talking about a lot about how addicted he was during the time of shooting Friends. And we had heard the headline the last couple of days when little bits of his book started coming out that he needed like 55, was it Vicodin a day or something like that? 55 pills a day, which is difficult. And here is a little bit of, it's clip number 1, Maurie put it in. A little bit of Matthew Perry explaining, because the question that Diane Sawyer has is the question that everybody else has, which is how in the hell do you get 55 pills a day? But listen to, did you find it?
I have here, it says Crush on Jennifer Aniston.
No, hold on here. No. There's one called...
Stealing from Open Houses.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, okay.
By the year 2000, he is still the star of the mega-hit TV show, now in its 6th year. But the spiral into prescription drugs has begun.
55 Vicodin a day, which is where I was.
55?
Yeah.
How did you get 55 a day?
Well, I had to wake up and realize that I needed to get 55 of them, or I was going to be really sick. So I did all sorts of things. A bunch of doctors, fake migraines, and all that stuff. And I guess the weirdest thing I did was on Sundays, I would go to open houses and go to the bathrooms in the open house and see what pills they had in there and steal them. And I think they thought, well, there's no way that Chandler came in and stole from us.
But at the height of Friends, like Chandler or Matthew Perry couldn't go anywhere without being recognized. Like,
He would just show up.
How are you going to
house.
open houses like that? Like, I guess he was just so addicted.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Well, that's like people slam their hands in car doors and stuff like that to get pills, right?
Yeah.
But he was doing all that stuff. And then yeah, bro, I know. And then the other thing was that he took those two really wild shots at Keanu Reeves in his book. He makes reference to Keanu Reeves being Matthew Perry seemed like he was pissed that Keanu Reeves was alive while other people had died. So in one part of his book, Matthew Perry was talking about River Phoenix, and he said, River was a beautiful man inside and out, too beautiful for this world, it turned out. It always seems to be the really talented guys who go down. Why is it that the original thinkers like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger die, but Keanu Reeves still walks among us? And then in another story, he's talking about Chris Farley dying, and he ends it with, yet Keanu Reeves still walks among us. And online, you cannot go at Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is one of these enigmatic individuals that is universally loved.
Yeah, protected.
And people went in on Matthew Perry yesterday because why say that? Like, why twice? Why make reference to the fact that you're disappointed that Keanu Reeves didn't die instead of these people? And Matthew Perry released a statement, and this is a statement like beginning to end. I'm actually a big fan of Keanu. I just chose a random name by mistake. I apologize. I should have used my own name instead.
No, that wasn't random. There's something going on.
Right?
I don't believe it. For you to use the same name
Maybe
2
you
times?
thought it was funny, like you were, like it was like, I don't know.
Oh, like
to
in an ironic kind of
like
way?
to keep using the same name over and over again, like maybe something like I'd have no idea, but he oof, my God, people went in on that guy yesterday.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Podcast news time.
Yeah, baby.
God, it's this time already. Jeez, man. There was a lot going on this week, but let's get to it. Hey, Mocha.
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Of course, bro.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Kanye, as we know, was dropped by CAA, which is like his huge management company. And then the other thing was that I guess there was some completed documentary about him that they've decided to just shelf and not even release. So the producers of
his management company?
The producers of the documentary decided to not release it. They said this morning, after discussions with our filmmakers and distribution partners, we made the decision not to proceed with any distribution of a recently completed documentary about Kanye West. We cannot support any content that amplifies his platform. Kanye is a producer and sampler of music. Last week, he sampled and remixed a classic tune that has charted for over 3,000 years, The Lie That Jews Are Evil and Conspire to control the world for their own gain, quote unquote. So, oof. And I guess Kanye was saying,
I'm done with that guy too.
Yeah. Who was he telling last week when he was talking about going to war with people? And he's like, I don't have a lot of money. I only have like $120 million in my account. Who did he say that?
Oh, God. Wasn't that with Piers Morgan?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
Piers.
Is that what it was?
And he also
Right?
crap on Drink Champs as well.
Yeah. I only have $120 million in my account.
Oh, boo-hoo. Poor you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Where are we here? There's something I wanted. Oh, let me play this for you. This is the so I guess James Corden went on a show last night and kind of apologized, because if you remember, he got banned from that restaurant in New York, right, where the guy said that James Corden came in a couple of times and he was just vicious to the staff and sending stuff back because one had a hair in it, I guess, and then the other time his wife ordered like an egg yolk omelet and he freaked out because there was egg white in the omelet, and then he did the old like, oh, do I have to go to the kitchen and do this all myself? So this is James.
You don't, sir.
No, sir, you don't. This is James Corden on a show last night.
Monday, the owner of the restaurant had heard what happened, and he Instagrammed that I was banned from his restaurant for 2 offences. One was a meal that I think was back in 2014 when I sent a dish back that had hair in it, and the other was last...
You ever sent a hair back? You ever sent a dish back because of hair? I never would. You know that? I've had plenty of meals with a hair in it. I never would.
I'd eat it.
I would eat it. I will do anything. There could be a toe in my food. I will eat around it. I've never
a toe.
Yeah,
No,
I would never.
that I'm going back to the kitchen for. Okay.
I'm so afraid that what comes back to you is going to be so worse.
Yes.
Right. It's going to be so worse. Anyway, here's Corden.
What, like the other 9 toes?
What's it? Yeah.
Sorry, sir. We forgot the rest.
Stupid. I immediately, I got hold of his phone number. I called him straight away and I told him how upset I was. I was upset, how upset I was that anybody was hurt by anything that I had done and anything that I had said. And we had a good talk. He appreciated the call. I was happy that we got to clear the air, and I felt like we dealt with it privately, you know. But by this point, the story was out there and, well, people were upset. When I become president of hell...
So he starts reading mean tweets about him, right? About himself.
Oh, God.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm going to make super hell and put James Corden in it. James Corden's so hard. God, I hate carpool karaoke so much, I don't even sing to myself anymore.
That's a good one.
And my personal favourite, which was, wait, James Corden has a wife? Right? Now, look, I get it. I totally understand. I understand everybody getting upset, and I accept everybody's opinion. I also hate, as I said to the owner that day, that I've ever upset anybody, ever. It was never my intention. It just wasn't. And I love that restaurant. I love the staff there. I hope I'm allowed in again one day. So when I'm back in New York, I can go there and apologize in person, which is something I will absolutely do.
See, I didn't even... It was weird the way that restaurant guy handled it, too, because he posted that one post where he said that James Corden was banned. And then I guess James Corden, like he said, reached out to him. And then he did another post saying, oh, yeah, we're all good now. But he left that first post up, which I think is kind of a D move.
Nah,
right? Like,
yeah, well... Yeah, he got the likes, right?
Yeah, that's true. I know. Like that's like, I think that's what it was. Is that he's like, God, this post was fire. Like,
yeah. Have you seen the analytics?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see this? So I guess Will Smith has come out of hiding, and he did a screening for his new movie Emancipation, and Dave Chappelle was there. So Tyler Perry was there, Rihanna was there, A$AP Rocky was there, and Dave Chappelle was there because Dave Chappelle's on tour with Chris Rock.
Yep.
And wait, like he was there as a guest?
He was there as a
Smith?
guest, yeah. And if you remember, if you remember on stage, when Dave Chappelle was talking about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, he said that Will Smith, quote, did an impression of a perfect man for 30 years. Then he went on to say, he ripped his mask off and showed us he was as ugly as the rest of us. Whatever the consequences are, I hope he doesn't put his mask back on and lets his real face breathe. So,
wow.
Like, not really a diss, though. You know what I mean? It's sort of like...
No.
You're one of us now.
I feel like...
But you don't want anybody to ever say that about you, though. It's not a diss,
no.
But you don't want anybody to ever say that about you.
I mean, it is kind of hurtful.
Right.
Like those words strung together, it is low-key kind of hurtful. Like if I was Will Smith, I wouldn't send out that invite. I feel like, man, that stings
Yeah,
still.
like it's not really an insult, but yeah, you're right. That's just that hurts, right?
Yeah.
When somebody says
I wonder if
that
the
about
two of
you.
them had like a conversation behind the scenes.
I'm sure, but this to me, this looks like Will Smith gathering some big names to sort of make his way back into the world. Like when you have Dave Chappelle, Tyler Perry, and Rihanna there, right?
Yeah,
like that's some big names.
Was Oprah there? You need Oprah to be there to complete.
Yeah,
to complete the mission.
She's the last one, huh?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Matthew Perry's new book is coming out, and funny story, my book was supposed to come out the same day as Matthew Perry's book.
And then what? You got scared?
No, I didn't get scared. No, everything gets changed. Everything
No, not you, him.
changed. Oh, he got scared. Yeah. Come on now. But it's called, what's it called? It's got a real great name to it. It's called, I don't even know, like Life.
Friends
It used to be
something.
Friends, Lovers, and the Terrible Bad Thing or something like that, right? And so he talks a lot about, because the stories of Matthew Perry and addiction have been around forever, and he's talked a little bit about it. But one of the things he talks about in the book was when he was dating Julia Roberts. And he goes, dating Julia Roberts had been too much for me. He goes on to say, had been too much and constantly certain that she was going to break up with me. He goes on to say, why would she not? I was not enough. I could never be enough. I was broken, bent, unlovable. So instead of facing the inevitable agony of losing her, I broke up with the beautiful and brilliant Julia Roberts. And he was on so many pills that during the run of Friends, that when talking about his addiction, when they did the season 7 finale, when he finally hooked up with Monica, he walked off set after filming the finale and was driven back to a treatment center by a sober technician.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is, what's that, Maury?
I was going to say, it also in the book, it says that you can tell when he was in those, I guess, pill
when he was high
moments, those high, because
Yeah.
he was like super, super thin.
Really?
And he said
And
the
not
only
bloated?
season where he didn't do any drugs was season 4.
Really? So here's Matthew Perry talking about a little bit about his addiction with Diane Sawyer.
You start with a thunderclap. Hi, my name is Matthew, although you may know me by another name. My friends call me Maddie, and I should be dead.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
You're on methadone, Xanax, full quart of vodka a day?
55 Vicodin a day.
Jennifer, and she says, we know you were drinking.
Yeah, imagine how scary a moment that was. She was the one that reached out the most, and, I'm really grateful to her for that.
So 55 Vicodin a day, methadone, Xanax, and a full quart of vodka. And I guess in his book, he talks about he spent $9 million getting sober. He spent
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, he spent $9 million on treatment centers.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he
That's
goes,
a lot.
due to heavy drug use, the doctor said that he nearly died a few years ago when his colon burst. And doctors told him that he had 2% chance of survival. And he's been sober now, he says, 18 months. Where does that bring us to when they did that Friends reunion? Remember when he was slurring on the Friends reunion and he said that he had dental surgery? And everybody was like, no, bro, that wasn't dental surgery. Like,
Well,
it might have been.
Friends reunion was only like a year ago.
But they taped it before.
But they taped it way before then, though, right?
But
Because
how long
that was that
before? Like a year?
COVID, and they
Like
hung
6
on to
more
it.
months before
Yeah,
that?
they hung on to it for a very long. They hung on to it for a very long time.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
More protesters glued themselves to things. I don't know if you saw this.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is what they do, right?
Why'd you say it like that? Like,
Okay, so, because the play is like when they went in and with the Van Gogh, they threw tomato soup on the Van Gogh, and then they just threw mashed potatoes on another... A
Monet,
a $96 million Monet.
It's upsetting.
And then what they do is they take glue and they put it on their hands and they glue themselves to the wall. And I guess they tried this at like with Volkswagen and Porsche or something like that, and they glued themselves to the floor. Like, I would just leave them.
And then into a wax museum and put fruit pie on the president's wax figure.
Yeah, I would just leave them.
power to them.
Okay, so
Power to
that's what
them.
it was. Okay, so I saw a tweet this morning. It was like
I would
at
just
those
leave them.
scientists, and it said something like funny how you're protesting against petroleum, yet you're using glue made out of petroleum.
Yeah, like I would.
Also, the tomato soup wasn't organic.
No, or go Jesus! You want people to start throwing organic vandalism now?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Environment Canada has apologized for issuing a special air quality statement yesterday, saying that it would be due to the possibility of deteriorating air quality as a result of fireworks for Diwali. The statement left some questioning why Diwali was singled out. A joint statement released by the federal agency and Ontario's Minister of Environment warned that high levels of air pollution were anticipated across parts of Toronto and surrounding areas Monday due to the expected volume of fireworks. By yesterday afternoon, the weather agency updated its statement without mention of Diwali, but maintained its concerns about air quality.
Yo, they never do that for any other time of year when we bust off fireworks.
Well, I mean,
Exactly.
Realistically, let's just be honest here. There's far more people in the world celebrating Diwali than they do Canada Day.
Oh, yeah.
By billions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But like not here. Wasn't this environment warning for here, like Ontario specifically?
My neighborhood last night was bonkers with fireworks.
Really?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
But I'll tell you, and I don't know whether they use different types of fireworks for Diwali than they do for, say, Canada Day or 4th of July. But the Diwali fireworks sounded much different, like way less boom and far more like, right?
Really?
Yeah. So typically, actually, you line up like firecrackers down the street,
Okay.
and you light those. So I think that's where the sound difference is coming
Oh,
from.
that's what. Yeah, because I heard it all night, but it didn't sound like it
Yeah.
sounded like something was being set off, but it did not sound like your typical fireworks. So that's what it is. They just lie it right on the ground. Man,
That's what it is. I solved your mystery for you.
man, me and my a-hole
Okay, but
friends,
here's a real question.
Yeah.
Do they clean up after?
Come on now.
we don't need to
Come
ask
on
that
now.
question.
Mocha,
Don't
you're
make
going
us
to
look
have to
bad.
be retracting stuff by the end of the day too, man. You know what I mean? Like, who wants
I'm just
that?
saying, that's a lot of firework mess. That
it
goes for
is.
anyone with fireworks.
It is.
You got to clean up after.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
In breaking news, Adidas has now cut ties with Kanye West. So CAA, which is the biggest talent agency in the world, cut ties with Kanye West. The people who had a finished documentary about Kanye West are shelving that. And now the biggest contract out there with Kanye has ended their partnership. Adidas, they say Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. They go on to say the company has taken the decision to terminate the partnership with Ye immediately, end production of Yeezy branded products, and stop all payments to Ye and his companies. Adidas will stop the Adidas Yeezy business with immediate effect.
Jeez. Like the one time I thought I'd actually have a chance at like getting a pair of Yeezys.
Can you wear Yeezys
Because they
now,
always
though?
sell out.
But can you wear Yeezys now? You can't wear Yeezys now, can you? Or do people not care?
No, people would care. Your like that support.
I would never. I can't.
You
There's
can't.
no way.
You can't. But do you think the general like Kanye fans, like if somebody could get their hands on a pair of Yeezys now half price, are they putting them in the box in the closet or are they wearing them?
No, I think if you are a Kanye West fan, you
Yeah.
absolutely would buy them and still fully support them.
Right.
And you would like wear them more than you would anywhere else just to prove a point and to like make a
You
statement.
think so, huh? Because Kanye is like really getting close to like with all of this stuff, like he's getting close to like R. Kelly sort of thing of where people aren't going to
Yeah,
play his
man.
records anymore. You can't buy his stuff anymore. Like if you're going to dance to it, you got to dance to it alone in your room.
Yo, okay, like you think if I bought a pair and like, I don't know, sprayed them like a different colorway
No,
and just
people would
said
still
they
know.
weren't.
No,
if you
no,
buy
no,
them,
no,
does
right?
any of that money still go to him?
That he's already made more than enough off of back end deals with.
I don't know, but that's like I don't know what he has left. He's got.
Man, I just saw on the Foot Locker app they're releasing like new Yeezy 350s.
Yeah, that will not be there long. And I know that typically with somebody like Kanye, you could always say, hey, listen, he can still make money touring, right? The problem is, let's say Kanye does, first of all, who's going to book a show with Kanye? Because what's going to wind up happening is Kanye is going to get on stage at some big arena and with some giant corporate sponsor, and he's going to start going off on the mic, and then that's another company that then is going to face the wrath, right? Like you can't even book him for a show. What were you saying, Shem?
I was going to say, I do think that there are going to be people, especially within hip hop, who still look at Kanye West as a sort of god, a sort of father figure, a father figure of the music, I should say. And I think people will still, if you're a young and up and coming hip hop artist and Kanye West says he wants to tour with you, you're not saying no.
No, but what venue is going to book Kanye?
Because I still think venues will, because they'll still sell out.
I doubt it.
I don't think so, man.
If anyone else said the stuff that he said, he would have been canceled long ago.
You think a company like even in the States, I don't even know, like give me one of the big sponsors of an arena in the States, right?
Pepsi.
Like Pepsi, right?
Sure.
You think they're going to book a show and have Kanye have phone footage of Kanye going off on an anti-Semitic rant inside their arena? Hell no, they're not booking him. There's no way he could book a tour. There's no
interesting
way.
though, like when you go, like I've seen on Instagram some other like people who have talked about the situation and have made their opinion known on what Kanye has said. And even in those comments, like you see Kanye fans coming out and like, you know, still like he has like millions upon millions of fans who are still like ride or die for him and are fully defending everything that he's saying, right?
Yeah, but
it's incredible.
He's got a lot of stuff to say. He's just running out of places to say it, right? That's the sort of deal. Ooh,
he ain't getting none of my money though. No. Never.
No, never again. Never again.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kanye West. So apparently,
what now?
this is just like an episode of Silicon Valley. Kanye West has lost a comma, so he's apparently lost his billionaire status.
Oh no, he's not part of the 3 Comma Club anymore?
No. So because Balenciaga and because of all his other deals, like even with his record company and now his management company, people are bailing on that. But it was really the Adidas deal that really sunk him. So Adidas, when they announced yesterday that they were cutting ties with Kanye, Yeezy brand generated an estimated $2 billion a year for Adidas. That was 10% of the company's annual revenue. So they are taking in year one a $248 million hit this year.
Wow.
Okay. And because of that deal, so much of Kanye, when he had said that he was the richest black person in American history and Forbes named him a billionaire with $1.5 billion, that was in large part because of all these deals that he had. So now with everybody bailing on Kanye, his estimated net worth has gone from $1.5 billion to $400 million.
Oh, poor guy.
Which is a big drop. I mean,
no,
listen,
I know it's a huge drop.
$400 million ain't, that's not a small amount of money.
Does he still have money coming in?
For sure.
No, and that's the thing.
I'm sure somewhere he's got money coming in.
But his record sales have dropped like 30% or something like that, and streaming is way down. And I'm sure he could release another album and it would sell, but that's not. You got to sell a lot of Kanye records to get back up to 1.5 billion. Like he's definitely.
he ain't never seen that money again.
He was just on a podcast yesterday with a guy named Lex Friedman. People are still having Kanye on, and he was talking about Howard Stern because the other day Stern went on and was talking about how Kanye used to be like funny crazy, and then he referred to him as just being now like Hitler. And then he went on to say that if Kanye's so mentally ill, why don't the people around him appoint a conservator like they did with Britney Spears? And so here is Kanye now reacting to Stern.
What is the version of the apology short of kissing Howard Stern?
I don't think anyone wants to kiss Howard Stern's.
Whole point, Howard Stern. Nobody wants to kiss to shut the up. I said, by the way, I'm antagonized you, Howard Stern. I used to be a fan of you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm still a fan sometimes.
Now you're just doing clickbait like everybody else. Now you're just a sad old man, Howard.
All right.
Now, Howard Stern, this is the first time anyone's said your name in years. Your own family doesn't say your name unless they're calling to get their bills paid.
Oh, jeez.
Yesterday, Kim Kardashian was on Twitter saying, hate speech is never okay or excusable. I stand together with the Jewish community and call on the terrible violence and hateful rhetoric towards them to come to an immediate end. So that is Kim's position on all of this.
Wow.
What a disaster, huh?
Yo, we were talking yesterday about Foot Locker, right?
Yeah.
And how, like, I saw on their social that they were advertising for these, like, new Yeezys that were coming out. So anyway, all that stuff's gone from social. But I saw that they had sent out a memo to all of their stores to pull all Kanye, all Yeezy product, like anything that was on display, anything that they had for sale, like, get rid of it, take it to the back, store it for now. And then they went on their website and like scrubbed their website of anything Yeezy related. Yeah, like in a matter of minutes.
So what do you think happens to all, because obviously in the Foot Lockers all over the place now, they got boxes and boxes of Yeezys in the back. Do you think like employees are taking those home? Like, what do you think is going to happen to all these Yeezys?
Oh, I think there's going to be a handful that go missing. Absolutely.
For sure, right?
Absolutely.
Because they're worth more now. I mean, Yeezys were already expensive, but Yeezys are definitely worth more now.
Yeah, I think that you're going to see a lot pop up on auction sites for people to bid on. Absolutely.
Like Kanye's not going to be out in his garage in Calabasas with a sewing machine making Yeezys, right? Like Yeezys are done, right? Like nobody's going to partner with him after this.
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday movie trailer?
I loved it. Did you watch it?
I did. And everybody, as soon as they said that Guardians of the Galaxy was going to do a holiday special, everybody just remembers. Everybody kind of my age, our age, remembers the disaster that was the Star Wars holiday special all those years ago, because it was just terrible.
Man, you got to be really old to remember that.
Yeah, thank you, Maury. And I do vividly. I remember the pain. And because it wasn't Star Wars, they made like a weird sitcom with all like Mark Hamill was in it and Chewbacca was in it. And then there was like Chewbacca's family and there was like little Chewbaccas running around. Like it had nothing to do with Star Wars. It was just a bad holiday movie that had Star Wars characters and actors in it. But the Guardians of the Galaxy one is a special. I think it's like November 25th on Disney. But it looks one like Guardians of the Galaxy, but also James Gunn said that there will be things in the Star Wars, there'll be things in the Guardians Christmas special that actually impact Guardians 3.
Oh my God! So you have to watch this before watching Guardians 3.
It's part of the legacy. And I guess what happens is Star-Lord is sad that Christmas is coming up and Gamora is gone. So Drax and then that other green girl with the tentacles on her head, Mantis, they go looking for a gift, the perfect gift for Star-Lord. So they go to Earth to try and kidnap Kevin Bacon. Because Star-Lord's such a huge fan of Kevin Bacon. So here's a little bit of the trailer.
I just saw on the calendar that right now on Earth, it's almost Christmas time.
Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone. Maybe if we go to Earth for a really wonderful Christmas gift, it would make him happy. We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
You're coming with us as a Christmas present. I'm through.
And like they're just chasing Kevin Bacon all over his house and stuff like that.
I love it. I can't wait.
No, I know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Matthew Perry is doing a bunch of press for his memoir where he like really gets in there and talking about like the amount of drugs he was on and all this stuff. But the deeper people go into it, it's like Matthew Perry has this weird hatred for Keanu Reeves for some weird reason. So there's two. It's weird. So there's two parts. There's two parts in the book where one. He's talking about River Phoenix and when River Phoenix passed away, because Matthew Perry did a movie called Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon with River Phoenix. And he goes, River was a beautiful man inside and out and too beautiful for this world, it turned out. It always seems to be the really talented guys who go down. Why is it that the original thinkers like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger die, but Keanu Reeves still walks among us? So that's the first time he said it.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Then he was talking about when Chris Farley died, because he did a movie called Almost Heroes in '88 with Chris Farley. And he says, quote, I punched a hole through Jennifer Aniston's dressing room when I found out Chris Farley died. Period. Keanu Reeves walks among us. Period.
Jeez.
Right?
What the hell, man?
I don't know, like, what the problem is between those two.
Could it be an inside joke? Do you think it's an inside joke?
I don't know, but to make a joke after you talk about River Phoenix dying and after Chris Farley dying, I don't think that's the appropriate
You know what I mean?
place.
Like, I'm going to put you in my book. You'll know when.
But no. But I don't think you make a joke about those things, though. Like,
I'm just guessing because otherwise it's very weird.
Like, I think that you could talk about it in a different way, but no, for some weird reason, Matthew Perry hates Keanu Reeves.
Or did Matthew Perry, and maybe this is something like, did Matthew Perry audition for a role or multiple roles that ended up going to Keanu Reeves, and that's why he hated him so much?
I was thinking that they probably knew each other when they were younger because they're both from, like, around here, right?
Oh, yeah, sure, I guess.
Right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, now let's get to boring-ass Lewis Hamilton.
Oh my God, Roz.
Okay.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Okay, so Deepa's hot rod boyfriend, Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, he's not my boyfriend.
He's on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I have no problem with Lewis Hamilton. He seems like an awesome guy, really decent at what he does for a living, but
loves coming in second, third, fourth, fifth
exactly.
place.
When that's your
Loves
job,
it.
though, right?
Okay,
That's your-
7-time world champion. Just
Okay.
remember that, Mocha,
Okay.
before you start throwing shade.
Okay, so here's Lewis Hamilton. First story, talking about being knighted by King Charles.
You are a knight. How does that work? Did you know King Charles? I know he was the prince when he knighted you.
I met him when I was 13. So when I went to McLaren when I was 13 years old, I was signed at 13 years old. And I went to the factory, and he came to open the factory up. And so I was sitting in my go-kart in the where they have all the cars, and I sat there, and he came and he knelt down and asked me what I wanted to do, what my dreams were, and told him one day I wanted to be Formula 1 world champion. And so then coming to all the way down the line, I'm at the palace, and you have to take these certain steps to get to the prince.
Right, very formal, right?
Very, very formal, yeah. You take 3 steps, turn 90 degrees, take another 4 steps, and then turn left, bow, 2 steps, and then take the knee. And I took the knee and puts the sword on your shoulders. I was very nervous because you feel like the sword might be very sharp or something.
Yeah, right.
But when I got back up, he's like, "You've come a long way."
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Did he remember speaking to you when you were a kid?
He did, yeah, and that's why he said, "You've come." I remember speaking to you. So we had a real short chat. There was loads of other people in the line. So
wow,
cool. Yeah.
Whoa, cool story, bro. Tell it again.
What was so boring about that? What else did you want him to say about him being knighted?
Story about being knighted. This is the most boring story about somebody being knighted that anybody has ever told.
Yeah, I think it's because he's just so soft-spoken.
I agree.
Maybe that's
I
why.
agree.
Maybe if his delivery was a little bit more rambunctious, maybe he was a little bit more, outgoing.
Yes.
But I think it's just his personality, which makes what could be a great story a boring story.
And for the record, I have absolutely no
interesting.
problem with Lewis Hamilton. I just know that it hurts Deepa's feelings when I say he's boring. So here's another boring Lewis Hamilton story. How do you?
Oh my God, Rob, stop it.
How are you almost in Top Gun Maverick and make it boring?
You also are making a movie with Brad Pitt right now.
I am.
Yeah. I saw Brad was at the race, and he was there hanging out and doing some research. Is that what was going on there?
Oh, man, it's been such an amazing experience meeting Brad. So basically, we're doing the movie, the new Formula 1 movie. And Joe Kosinski and Brad are at the racetrack with us. Brad is the star, and I've just started a production company because I've loved movies, like probably all of you. I love movies my whole life, been massively inspired by so many movies.
I love this.
Do you want to be in front of the camera?
I wanted to try at one stage. I had this amazing opportunity to be. I begged Tom Cruise to put me in Maverick.
I heard about this.
And
what did he say?
He said yes. I was like, I'll be anything. I could be the janitor. I could do anything in the background. I'm happy to do it.
Well, you weren't in the movie, right?
Well, no, he did give me a role as one of the pilots, and I was fighting for the championship at the time, and I couldn't take the time off. And it's on the top of my list of things I regret not doing. And
So you had to call him, go thanks but no thanks?
Yeah, it was
Tom Cruise?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But obviously Joe Kosinski did it, and we're doing this movie together. So, you know, everything comes around.
Not
but
really. I think you missed out.
I definitely.
You know what I mean?
So fun.
Yeah, no.
That is the most boring story about meeting Tom. Like he told it in one. Okay, he told a 1 minute boring ass story about meeting Brad Pitt, working with Brad Pitt, almost being in Top Gun Maverick, and it was just snooze. He's the most boring storyteller I've ever heard in my
It's just
life.
his personality.
I
It's
know.
just his personality.
I know.
You all just want to be Lewis Hamilton so bad. Don't let this bother you. This
God,
is
Deepa.
Yeah, love
He's
coming
so
in
great.
second,
I
third,
thought it was
fourth, and fifth place.
interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to.
And seven-time world champion.
Yeah, I want to strap myself into a tiny seat and urinate on my lone lap while I come in seventh. That sounds like fun to me.
Who wouldn't? No, not seventh.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
And Neil Patrick Harris, like, people start going through this guy's past and they keep trying to cancel him. So do you remember back in, it was like 2010, 2011 when he threw that Halloween party with the Amy Winehouse meat platter right after she died? Right?
Yeah,
and then that came out, and then he called that regrettable. So there's a clip going around now from 2015 where Neil Patrick Harris is on the Wendy Williams show. And I guess they're talking about hot guys or whatever it is. And it's Neil Patrick Harris's comments that he made about Nick Jonas and how Neil Patrick Harris felt about Nick Jonas when Nick Jonas was young. Listen to this.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Nick Jonas.
And he was really good looking before it was kind of allowed to think he was good looking.
Right.
Which was a bit of a problem. You kind of had to wait till he turned to be,
Yes.
19 to 20.
Right?
Oh, geez. Neil Patrick Harris, what you doing, dog?
Yeah, and that was 2015 he said that.
Yeah.
And for the
Hey,
record, Neil Patrick Harris is 20 years older than Nick Jonas. So even when Nick Jonas was like 18, Neil Patrick Harris was 38.
Yeah.
Saying that.
Man.
Because when this interview happened, Jonas was 22 and Neil Patrick Harris was 42.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No. Don't be saying that stuff out loud, bro.
Bro.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, okay. So they did a poll based on a couple of different factors, when it comes to horror movie villains. Okay, so they built this algorithm. They looked at 162 horror films, and they broke it down to, when it comes to determining who the best horror movie villain was, it came down to a score they gave based on body count, so like how many people they kill, and jump scares.
Okay,
so they combine those two in a formula, and then they come up with their list of the top 10 greatest horror movie villains based on body count and jump scares.
Like the girl from The Ring?
The girl from The Ring is not even on the list.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not scary enough.
So I don't know who this is. So at number 10 was Bo Sinclair from House of Wax. Was that the Paris Hilton movie?
What?
Yeah, House of
For
Wax.
2005?
But you know, that's a remake, too, of an old movie.
Chucky from Child's Play at number 9.
Nah, all right.
Yeah. Ghostface from Scream at number 8.
Okay, sure, yeah.
What?
Here, Deepa. The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, I just watched Jeepers Creepers 2 last night. So
I knew
how
that's why I
fitting.
said that.
Yo. No cap, I watched it too. It was on AMC.
What about Jigsaw?
The Blob from The Blob.
Never seen it.
The Masked Man from a movie called The Den. Never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
The Death Angels from A Quiet Place.
Nah,
John
no, they just look like
Krasinski,
demigorgons.
Right?
No Jigsaw yet?
No, Jigsaw's not on the list. Kyoko from The Grudge.
Oh, yeah, scary.
Right?
Scary.
That's the girl with the long hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At number 2 is American Werewolf in London.
Hold on, where is like Freddy Krueger and like Jason and Michael Myers?
Well,
like where are those
Michael
guys?
Myers is number 1 on the list, okay? But no Freddy Krueger, no Jason, no
Jigsaw.
No Jigsaw.
Crazy.
Right? No, like the horror movie villains. Like this is one of the worst lists I've ever come across when it comes to
that sucks.
ranking horror movie villains. This is like the worst. But
They put a werewolf in there?
American Werewolf in London from 1981.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, so
Come
current.
I will say, did you
know.
see that Tobin Bell just signed on to do another Saw movie?
Yeah. So what happened? They're bringing Tobin Bell back to Saw now because
Yes, let's all clap for that.
because the Chris Rock one didn't work out too well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you see that movie? Did you see the Chris Rock Saw movie?
I didn't.
No.
Maury
I did.
said it was like the best movie he'd ever seen.
I never said
as he
that.
does it.
Yeah, you did.
Bro, come on. You say that about everything that you see.
I
Yeah.
did, but this one was okay.
Yeah, you did. I remember you told somebody who was in that movie that it was
Show
the
your
best movie
receipts.
they've ever seen. No, but you didn't like it at all, though?
It was not that great. No,
No.
compared to other Saws, no.
No, so they're bringing Tobin Bell back. Yeah, I think Jigsaw, I think that whole character was a great horror movie character.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Elton John's final Dodger Stadium farewell concert will be live streamed on Disney Plus.
Oh,
for anybody
nice.
who's interested in seeing
Can't
that.
wait.
And
he just bought a condo in Toronto
where?
on King Street, King in Portland.
Really?
Yeah, penthouse.
How long is he going to live there
Is he
for?
retiring in Toronto?
I think he is, yeah. Well, he's,
Really?
he's obviously going to have his place in London, but David's family is in Toronto.
Isn't that your neighborhood more?
It really is.
Like
I'm watching
Oh,
this building.
no.
You know, Maury,
Maury's going to be stalking Elton John.
First of all, he's going to start buying like bedazzled rhinestone outfits for the dog, just hoping to catch
Yes, I can't wait.
Elton John's
I already
attention
have
one day.
a bedazzled Elton John baseball outfit in my underwear drawer.
Maury, that dog is going to be so exhausted between you walking the dog, hopefully trying to run into Shawn Mendes. Now you're going to be out twice as long, hopefully trying to run into Elton John. That poor dog. That poor dog.
He's going to be
is
the
gonna
most exercised dog in history.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well. New Rihanna song tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
You still don't think it's going to happen? Come on. Come on.
Even the post on her IG, I'm still skeptical.
So Marvel announced that the new track for the Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack will be released tomorrow. The track is called Lift Me Up. They say Lift Me Up was written as a tribute to the extraordinary life and legacy of Chadwick Boseman by Nigerian singer Thames, who is a collaborator on the hit song Essence with Justin Bieber and Wizkid. So there you go.
Do you want to hear the teaser?
Yeah.
That was on Rihanna's IG?
Yes, please.
And I think Marvel's IG yesterday.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those anthemic, I think.
Which I don't think was the best thing to do, but that's just me.
Like, I want a banger from Rihanna.
I know. I don't want like a movie song, like an overproduced, big, epic-y kind of. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong a lot, especially about music.
You never know.
I don't know. It sounds good to hear her, though, right? Yeah?
Tomorrow.
I think we're all agreeing.
Do we know what time tomorrow? They never said, huh?
No, I don't think so.
At some point tomorrow. Well, you know tomorrow it's just going to take over everything, everywhere.
Yes, sir.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Melissa Villasenor was talking about why she wound up leaving SNL. SNL. I love her voice.
Yeah.
Guys.
She's so good.
She's the best. And she was doing the Daily Beast, the Last Laugh podcast, talking about how it was actually anxiety that caused her to leave.
Yeah, it was my decision.
Yeah.
I gave myself a lot of time in the summer to think on it and kind of play it out in my head if I go back. It was, I think, at the end of the day, it was about my mental health. I think last season I had a couple panic attacks. I think it was just of what am I, I think I was struggling, and I think I felt like, I always felt like I was on the edge of a cliff every week, that kind of feeling. And I was like, I don't want to be doing that to myself anymore. And it wasn't even, I have to share, it's not like the show was mean towards me or anyone. It's just how I handle. I think I'm an introvert. I think when I'm in a big group of a lot of amazing people and everyone's, speaking over, I think I tend to get small and I get nervous of like, where do I fit? What am I supposed to do?
You know what, though? Good for her for recognizing all of that
Right.
And being able to take control.
Yeah, it's
of the situation, right?
God, and to walk away from SNL.
I know.
Like,
That's opportunity right there.
No, I know. I get you, but that's a big step.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The initial reactions for Wakanda Forever are out.
And
after the big world premiere last night.
No spoilers?
160-minute runtime.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently there was not a dry eye in the theater. The Hollywood Reporter said, quote, Marvel's most poignant and powerful film to date. The Verge says definitely a comic book movie, but had strong praise for the film's ability to tell a, quote, intimate and heartfelt story within a bigger scope. Film critic Orlando Maldonado said it possesses a maturity and seriousness rarely seen in the MCU. And I know what you're thinking is that, everybody who goes to these big giant world premieres, they just get blown away. It's like when people see movies at a film festival and they always say it's better than it is.
They kind of give in.
Collider said, quote, that it's not unusual for people to come out of a world premiere and say a movie is awesome, but this one earns that. So,
really? Wow.
Yeah.
And this is the one, Ryan Coogler, who did the first one, and he did like the Creed movies and stuff like that. This is the one that took him away from doing Creed, I think Creed Part 3.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to focus everything on Wakanda Forever.
And he almost didn't do Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. But I think it was because of his friendship.
Yeah,
his close relationship.
He was going to walk away
with
after Chadwick
right?
died. Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible, though. I cannot wait for this movie.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Henry Cavill is back, as we know, as Superman.
Why you say
and
spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched Black Adam.
Yeah, well,
But I mean, when they're all talking about it, like everybody.
I mean, he's talking about it publicly now. So Henry Cavill back in the Superman suit at the end of Black Adam, doing an interview talking about just because. And first of all, nobody knew that. Like there wasn't even rumors that Henry Cavill was going to show up in Black Adam. But here is Henry explaining everything.
As much as you're willing to say, can you tell me a little bit about how it happened, how this recent cameo happened, and what it was like to get back into the costume?
Well, I was on Witcher, and I got the call saying, hey, this is happening. When can you do it? I was like, I'm working 6-day weeks. I don't know when I can do that. And they said, well, look, we've got these dates. And I said, okay, cool, right, I'll come in and do it. And we had to get clearance from Witcher production at the time, but it was so top secret, we couldn't tell them what. We just said, hey, there's this thing I've got to do. Can you clear me for it? And I don't know whether anyone suspected or not, because there was all the talk about Comic-Con at the time as well.
Right.
And so then I went to Leavesden Studios, Warner Brothers Studios in the UK, and on a super secret set, all whispers and all sort of capes and everything all hidden, and got back in the suit. And it was a very powerful moment for me. I wasn't too sure how I was going to feel, whether it was going to be, okay, cool, yeah, back in the suit, or whether it was going to be something which was very emotionally connective, because I put the Man of Steel suit back on. And
nerds, eh? Yeah, that's our suit. That's our suit.
The interesting thing, I read that when the talk about this particular scene was going to happen, right? They were going to film it regardless of Henry Cavill. And apparently, The Rock had said that they filmed a version of that post-credit scene.
Yeah.
But it didn't have Henry Cavill's face. It was just like a silhouette. Oh. So they were going to allude to the fact that Superman was there, but then things kind of lined up and you got...
It was going to happen one way or another, right?
And you know what? I watched all the videos, the in-theater reaction to when that scene happened.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish... I'm happy I got to see the movie because I saw it before it came out, and I saw it like in a private screening. It was me and like one other guy, right?
Right. So you didn't get the big...
I wasn't there for the reaction like this. Let's go! As you wish.
Let's go!
Let's go! Yes! Let's go!
They're so wild, man.
Like, you'd expect to hear crowd reaction like this, like a concert or something. This is a movie theater that people were freaking out.
So good.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Prince Harry's memoir is set to be released on January 10th. They say it is a, quote, raw, unflinching, and honest and filled with insight, revelation, self-examination, and hard-won wisdom about the eternal power of love over grief. The name of the memoir, which some people are saying is brilliant, other people are saying it is completely self-important schlock,
is
Spare.
Spare?
Yeah.
S-P-A-R-E?
S-P-A-R-E. As in he's the spare.
Oh, brilliant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
if you know, you know.
Genius. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, I started watching that Don't Worry, Darling movie. That's the movie with Florence Pugh and Harry Woodstack. Not Harry Woodstack. What's that guy's name? Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
I don't know who that Harry Woodstack is. I don't even know why I just said that name. I don't know why.
Let me look it up.
Harry Woodstack. There better not be a guy named called Harry Woodstack.
see.
Please let there not be a guy named Harry Woodstack. That's going to embarrass the hell out of me
quite
right
the
now.
profession.
Woodstack. All one word.
Stack.
Fictionally speaking, of course. No. There's no guy named Harry Woodstack, right? Harry Styles is who I meant to say.
Woodstack.
No. There's nobody named Harry Woodstack. Okay. And I don't mean you stop going to your OnlyFans on who you follow. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
There's an
thank God.
Orville Woodstack in Quebec.
I don't need to know. No, it's not him. Different guy. So I started watching that movie. I realized that we had talked so much about the Don't Worry Darlings movie and about the controversy around it, and that everything that Olivia Wilde had said about the movie, and then Florence Pugh, and then them fighting, and then Shia LaBeouf, and everything else. And did he spit on Chris Pine, and did he not spit on Chris Pine? All of this stuff. We talked for weeks about this movie. And Olivia Wilde did press for this movie. Like, she did the late night shows, she did Variety, all big interviews, man. I realized last night when I was watching this movie that we talked for weeks about it leading up to the release of this film, and I had no idea what the movie was about. I started watching the movie last night, and I was like, oh.
I don't even know what it's
Isn't
about
it
either.
isn't it a gay love triangle?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't finish it, so maybe it is a gay love triangle.
Oh.
But no.
How far into the movie did you get?
Like, I don't know. I got
Or
like
that's
an
the
hour.
plot of his other movie, My Policeman.
That's the My Policeman movie. Again, nobody knows. Nobody knew what Don't Worry Darlings was about. So it's like these women, like it's sort of like a Stepford Wives kind of thing that takes place in Southern California in the 50s, and all their husbands go off to work every day in this weird sort of cave out in the middle of the desert, and there's kind of like a sci-fi angle to it. Like, it's really weird, man.
So it's not good because you didn't finish watching it.
No, I had to go to bed.
Oh,
but I was
it says
quite
here,
enjoying it.
The
I was
description
really enjoying
is
it.
a 1950s housewife living with her husband in a utopian experimental community begins to
Yes.
worry that his glamorous company could be hiding disturbing secrets.
Right, but it's very sort of sci-fi Twilight Zone-y. Like,
Did you watch it more? So where'd you get gay love triangle?
Because that's
from?
My Policeman.
That's
two movies came out at the same time.
Harry Woodstack's other movie, My Policeman. Not this one. But I realized I had no idea what this movie was about. And if somebody said, you know what, it's kind of like a cool Twilight-y zone-y thing, I would have been all over it.
Yeah, sure.
But I had no desire to watch this because from listening to Olivia Wilde, it was just going to be 2 hours of Olivia Wilde's boyfriend doing stuff to Florence Pugh on a kitchen table.
Sure.
Because that's the way Olivia Wilde sold the movie. And I really didn't have interest in that. Why do I want to watch Harry Woodstack, doing all that stuff, right?
Styles.
Harry Styles. Yeah. Why do I want to watch all that, right? Not interested in that. But no, it was cool. I was really digging it, though. Like, if you
may
get a
be
chance.
the only one that liked it.
Really? Did
The
people hate
reviews
it?
were terrible.
Really, huh? I was digging it. I think that Florence Pugh is one of the most watchable like performers in Hollywood.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
I like
she's
her.
so great. Like
Yeah.
she's incredible. Yeah, but anyway, and I guess that the story was that Florence Pugh and Harry Styles had like a little makeout sesh,
Well, why
like
wouldn't
off
you?
camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was reading that today.
I mean, you're put in
And
front of
then-
Harry Styles. Why wouldn't you?
Well, this because you're professional, maybe, right? But I guess the heart wants what the heart wants. I guess I don't know.
But yo, he's no Harry Woodstock.
Right?
Woodstack, sorry.
Thank you. Get it right, man.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.